Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oops, there we go. All right, my G's, welcome back. Can you guys hear me quickly? Let's check it out in the chat. Let's see if it's working. Everything is working now. We're back to normal again. Yesterday we had some, YouTube had some issues. I don't know what was going on. Hope everything is good right now. Let me see. There we go. I think we are. I think we are. Let's see what we have here, G's. Yes. Okay. Amazing, G's. Welcome back to episode 16 of the live day trading stream here. Trading our most important asset, which is gold. Hope you guys are doing well here. Let's get into let's get to work, my G's. All right, Daniel, good to see you, my man. Jonathan, good to see you, my friend. All right, Lucifer, you too. Moisala, yes, incredible, incredible. Good to see you, my man. Rohan, yes, sir. Xavier, bro, yesterday's views were over 10K, massive. Yes. Yesterday was great, regardless of the outcome. The New York session was a mess from my side. Definitely, absolutely messed it up yesterday. However, again, the bottom today we're going to talk about. You're going to laugh your ass off today when we talk about the bottom of today here. If you guys know, you know. If you know what I talked about yesterday, you know exactly what I mean here. Okay? Anyways, let's see if it's working. Yes. All right. Welcome to the streams. We're going to get the party started. We're going to get rock and rolling here. Gold has been popping. The dollar is dropping. What is happening? Are we actually moving up today? Or is it another manipulation? We're going to talk about this here. Let me give you the best song ever. All right, press a yes in the chat if you're ready for the best song ever. You guys know I'm bringing the Bali beach vibes to your home. And then we get the party started here. I want to see a yes in the chat for the music, because that's why you guys are coming on time, for the music. Not for the markets, no. It's for the music, right? We all know this. We all know the reality why you're here. All right? Okay, watch this. Sorry, that's like absolutely, it's super ridiculous. I'm sorry.
It's okay, do your thing.
Yes, sir.
It's okay to do your thing.
Welcome back.
It's okay, it's okay.
Goldie for sure here. We have a lot of things to discuss here. Yes, I am in a position here right now at the moment. We'll probably close it soon. Not fully yet. I already took out some profits here, but after this closure, we'll look at the continuation or the reversal here. We'll be going over this, okay? We'll making sure that everything is on point. It was a CME play. Something that if you read the book already, you know exactly what it is, right? The constellation manipulation expansion. And yeah, we're gonna go over everything, and we're gonna make sure that you are fully aware of the higher time frame. Everything, as always, are fully updated in regards to what we're looking for. And then we're gonna move forward. Okay, we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna see if we can actually take it back to these highs here. The dollar is slowing down hard right now, aggressively. Look at the reality. Look at the dollar. Look at the dollar weakening here. That is a serious sell-off. We haven't seen that in a while on the dollar, okay? That is definitely something that we have to take in consideration here. Absolutely. I need one more song. Sorry, guys. Ooh, horrible DJ. There we go. All right. A lot of things to discuss. Let's go over it. Timber says, looks like long gold from earlier touch of yesterday's POC. Yes, that's correct. Exactly. That is completely correct. We'll go over everything. All right. Perfect. Okay, guys, it's time to get started right now. All right, no more time to waste. We have to go into the whole scenario. You guys obviously know what happened yesterday. I lost around $1,000. Didn't risk that much, luckily. I lost around $1,000 on my trades yesterday. On the New York session, kind of broke even because of the Asia session the day before that here. But again, look at yesterday's trade, right? Look at what happened yesterday. And let's look at the level here. Do you guys see this level right there below? Let me know if you guys can see it. I hope the quality is not too bad. But right there, you can already see the 4-5-2-0, okay? We talked about this later on at the end of the stream. I said I'm gonna keep this limit order right there, regardless, okay? When our stop loss got hit, or my stop loss got hit, okay? At the 4-5-2-0.9. Man, these freaking levels, man. Why not during the New York session sometimes? I'm always like wondering, picking the best bottoms of the market every day. But the New York session is just, was a mess. It was an absolute mess from my side. But then we sniping these freaking bottoms, okay? We sniping these freaking bottoms right here. So what was the low of today? You tell me, what was the low of today? Roughly speaking, okay? The 4-2-0.9. Look at why this level was so important right there. And look at how we actually bottomed out right there, and how this was the bottom of today's session, the Asian session, how we sniped and actually aggressively came up after that. Okay? So absolutely nuts, crazy how price actually responded and held that support here. So I keep saying it over and over again, but if you just really pay attention to the reasoning behind the levels, okay? The New York was an absolute mess. But if you pay attention to these extremes, these levels are serious levels, okay? These are serious levels. And it aligned yesterday's, with that buy limit that we set at the end, right here where I said I'm gonna, regardless, the plan was, regardless to trade it down, okay? And to then look for buys at that level, okay? So that is pretty much what I was looking for yesterday. After that, eventually, did we come down? We did come down, right? During the end of the session, and then we indeed tapped into that level. And then we indeed came up higher, okay? We indeed found the bottom there. So I actually took some trades right there as well here on my personal account, my personal CFD account right here. And I took this buy actually perfectly right around there, okay? Hope you guys can see it. But anyways, That was that level right there, the 4520.9. We knew it was going to be a very important level today. Gold did it exactly. Why? Because this is where all these trapped sellers were sitting at, right around there. And this is how we opened today. You see that? How we tapped into the zone and how we then absolutely got smacked and reversed aggressively to the upside here with a lot of volume. That was because of this level right there, right? That box that we kind of can see at this current moment here. All right, so right now I'm in a long as well here. And in this case, the long position came from the following level. Okay, just so you guys are fully aware of this. If you go to gold right now, and we go to the time frame on gold to 15 minute, then can you guys see this following level? Let me know if you guys understand this level here. This is what we call the previous daily point of control, okay? The previous daily point of control. And the previous daily point of control is the area where yesterday, okay, this is the whole range of yesterday right here. This is the range of Monday, okay? Right here in between this line and in between this line. And if you draw the volume profile from the left to the right over that line to that line, so from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., okay? Then we get a line which is the point of control, which is the area where in this range yesterday the most volume was traded. And you can actually see how today we tapped into that level and how that was the area where we found that support right there, right? That was the overall reaction. That was the overall area where we found that support right there, okay? And this is where we decided to bounce from at this current moment, okay? So we bounced from the previous daily PVC here. We saw a confirmation and I looked at the order flow and I looked at the euro. And if the euro finds support, and this is another really beautiful lesson that I found actually, very interesting. Okay, if the euro finds support here, okay, which is on the hourly time frame on the euro USD, right there, I knew if the euro finds support in the order flow, there is a big chance that the dollar will come down. And if the dollar comes down, then guess what, guys? What will happen to gold in most cases? Let me know in the chat, please, okay? This is a reason why I've now incorporated the euro as well to my analysis, okay? And the reason why we'll do this in the future, so we can predict the tops and bottoms of the dollar index better. I hope that makes sense to you. Because if we can snipe the tops and bottoms of the dollar as well, and we utilize then the order flow and the analysis on gold, then we can actually predict whether the dollar is stronger or potentially will bounce at certain levels. I can't look into the order flow of the dollar, but I can look into the order flow of the euro, okay? And if the euro is so strongly correlated, negatively correlated against the dollar, it makes total sense to look at the euro, okay? And then look at gold. Does this make sense, G? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if this makes sense here. It's very important to understand because I will be incorporating the euro more in our day-to-day framework on the live streams when doing our analysis here. The euro footprint chart, okay, with the gold footprint chart to determine a potential reversal on the dollar, okay? That is the idea. This is what I'm doing right now. Major confirmation. Took a bunch of winning trades from that here. If I get into a losing streak, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I get into a losing streak or whatever the case may be here, guys, okay, what I can say is I never give up. I always try to look and analyze and look at what did I do wrong? Why did I do it wrong? What are the potential scenarios? What were the things that I could see? And guess what I found out? Guess what I found out? I looked at the Euro USD here yesterday, okay? Yesterday. Let's look at the Euro yesterday here on the hourly. Where was it? Was it right here? Let me quickly see if I can find it. The 8-9. There we go. We had this resistance on the Euro right there, okay? This was the 7 a.m. candle. This was the 8 a.m., the New York Open candle. And this was the 9 a.m. Look at how we were in that resistance right there and how we sold off. So I took buys yesterday, okay? I took freaking buys on gold, but the euro was in resistance. Guess what's gonna happen to the dollar? Euro is gonna come down, dollar is gonna come up. The potential scenario on gold was more bearish. So this is my reflection of this trade yesterday, okay? So did I make a mistake? I did. I did, but I'm here to explain you and correct the reasoning behind it, okay? So this is a correction, and this is an amazing learning experience from my side as well. Like I said before, I'm learning about the order flow. I'm getting better at that every day. I'm incorporating new tricks, new information, and this is the reason why I fucked up yesterday and why I made a big trade today. That's it. Made all the money back, right? Plus profit. Does this make sense, guys? Okay? I hope this makes sense because this is how we utilize and continue to go from there. The reason why this is important is because we need to reflect, we need to optimize. So if you lose a trade, then understand the deeper layers why you lost the trade. Don't blame it on your psychology. Don't always say, oh, it's my psychology was off. No, sometimes you don't have a strategy. You don't have a system. You just messed up, you fucked up. You need to move forward. You need to accept it, or you need to analyze it and reverse, okay? So that is the overall idea and thought process behind the reasoning of why I messed up yesterday on the gold trade in the New York session, okay? So this is what I want to avoid at this current moment here. So right now, look at the euro and look at how many sellers are starting to come in here, how things are starting to slow down at this current moment. Are we out of the woodworks yet? We are not. We are still finding that support right there. I don't see a reason to close gold yet. If we break below this level here, there is a big reason for me to say, you know what? Gold might drop a bit further down. I'm going to close my position here in full. No reason to put my stops not on break even after taking profits right there. Okay. So this is the main overall thought process of where we are currently standing with gold. Okay. So I just quickly wanted to give you a reflection from my side. I hope you can learn from it. And this is how I like to deal with scenarios and momentum scenarios where I just get into like, how do I say that? Where I get more into that negative mindset of like, losing trades, etc. here. No, it's about finding solutions and creating new opportunities from your losses. So sometimes you need to lose to make more money. You need to lose to get wiser. You need to lose to learn, okay? So see every loss in your career as an opportunity. As an opportunity, my friend, to learn more about the market, to become a better trader, and become a better version of yourself here, okay? That's what I want you to do. I want you to go in with positivity. Don't get into that negative mindset. I always lose, I always fuck up. Figure out why and move from there, okay? That's what I wanted to share with you guys here. All right, let me quickly go to the euro. I want to quickly see what is going on in gold right now. Gold is in some resistance here. I just quickly want to check, is it the moment or time to close the trade and look for new entries? To be honest, we are still above a pretty good zone. Right around here. If you manage to break below it, I think, yes, it is time to close. There is definitely some resistance right now. We cannot neglect this right here. 15 minutes. Yeah, we're still holding up in that zone. There are a lot of aggressive sellers coming in. I think I'm just going to take the profits for now. And accept it because I already took profits beforehand. There we go. Let me just do that. Boom.
Order filled.
Done. Okay. We are going to move forward from here. We are going to move forward from here. And we're going to see what we're going to do next. Okay. I hope this makes sense. Right around that area right here. Okay. Now let me go over the higher time frame. Let's go over everything that we're currently seeing on gold. So we are actually fully aware, and then we're going to look for the potential scenarios here. Yeah, what can I say, right? The New York session has been an absolute mess. So we definitely have to analyze. We have to wait and see here and see how things develop. But let's go over the higher time frame first, and then we'll go down to the dollar. We go down to the order flow one more time, and then we'll know what we can do from that perspective. At least getting them back into the market with some fresh, with a fresh state of mind too. Okay. So luckily, I made all the profits back, plus more. And yeah, including the Asia session this morning, again, which is amazing. So this is how we deal with scenarios like these here, okay? Anyways, let's go to the daily. Let's start on the daily time frame here, and let's see where we are, okay? And right now, as you guys can see here, gold has been holding up really, really well. The overall market is showing us that oil is coming down a little bit, but it's actually just simply kind of retesting the previous stop, okay? Oil is kind of retesting it, so we're not fully there from an oil standpoint. Oil is still very, very strong. Very strong at the moment here. The dollar is definitely slowing down a little bit more, okay? The dollar is in that higher time frame resistance right now at the moment. We are in this major area of supply right here. We have been talking about that level beforehand. This is that supply zone that we're seeing on the dollar. The dollar is a major resistance, okay, on the daily, okay? And if you go to the 30-minute, you can actually see how we are trying to break above this But right now, you can see that the dollar is slowing down. Are we fully out of the woodworks yet? Absolutely not. We are not there yet because the yeah, you can see clearly that the dollar is in that resistance right now. It's breaking down, but it's also finding that short-term support here. This is why gold right now is reversing. Okay, and this was a reason for me to close the trade in full here. Okay, so we can actually see what can happen next. The euro right now is stepping into the Sunday open. All right, it's stepping into the opening price of the week, as you can see here. So the euro found some resistance right at the opening price of the week, and the dollar, as you can see here, is also at the opening price of the week as well here, right? This is the Sunday open on the dollar, okay? So I hope you can kind of see what I mean here. The weekly candle is still green, all right? That means that we are still trading above the opening price of the week. We are not breaking down fully yet. In order to flip this, we need to really break the 100, okay? This shows me that there is definitely some more selling pressure for the dollar here. So if the dollar is definitely on the weaker side, yeah, then from there onwards, I would say, hey, that's amazing, right? That's an amazing opportunity to see if we can find and spot more weakness around the dollar and then actually go from there. But we are not fully there yet, okay? Now let's go to the higher time frame on gold here. And let's start on the daily time frame and look at the order flow of yesterday, okay? So we can actually see on gold what has actually happened right here. There we go. And guess where we came into, okay? We saw a significant amount of selling pressure coming in the moment, guys. We reached that green box, okay? And what did we talk about, my friends? Let me know in the chat here. Have you guys been, especially for the people that were here for a while already, okay? Have you guys noticed how we can react from these boxes here, okay? And how at this current moment, we are seeing that we actually tapped into that 4650 on futures right here, and how we can actually see that we are forming that resistance. Let me know, guys, if you guys can see that level here. Haven't we been talking about this level for a long period of time right now? Because this is a very important level for gold right here, okay? And that's definitely something that we have to pay attention to. Right now, after we saw that, we're seeing that a lot of sellers are starting to enter the market right here. You can actually see that there is definitely in the last, you could say almost the last 8 hours, there is a significant amount of more selling than buying, but we are still trading above the 4605, okay? The 4605 and the 4595, okay? So we're still holding that support right now on gold, okay? Which is probably that exact range that we're gonna talk about right here on gold, which is on the 15-minute time frame, very, very clear. It's this range right there, okay? So we could still, in my opinion, okay, bounce from any of these levels right here, okay? Which is the very high and the point of control, okay? The 4600 and, the 4600 and the 4589 is still a level where I would look for a potential bounce, okay? I know I closed my trade, but I could always look for potential new entries, okay? But at this moment, we are finding definitely some resistance, and we're definitely seeing a lot of selling pressure coming in right now on gold itself here, right? Look at all the sellers stepping in on the hourly time frame as well here. We did have a fantastic closure, okay? So if this flips bullish, okay, and we actually are holding this level right now, then this is great. We are in a really high area of support right here. We could easily bounce and flip. So what we have to do is we have to take this to the 15-minute again and see if we can actually close a strong candle glean bullish on a 15-minute in around 8 minutes from now. So that means that if we close this candle bullish in around 8 minutes from now, I want to see us closing above the 46010, and then I will most likely get into a long for another trade potentially, seeing if we can actually move forward, okay, and actually go from there. That is the overall idea right now on gold. The dollar is definitely on the weaker side. There is no doubt about this right now. And we can see clearly that the dollar is just, breaking structure, okay? Not just once, we are actually breaking structure right here now. We are in higher time frame resistance here, okay? This is the higher time frame supply, okay? Higher time frame supply on the dollar. And we're reacting and we're breaking down, okay? So right now, the wind is definitely in our favor, okay? I just wanted to say that. The wind is definitely in our favor at this current moment. If we look here at the euro, The euro looks strong. This means more selling pressure on the dollar. Gold is above a major key level right here. Okay, we call this a CME play. This is why we took this trade, right? We had this trade right here. We entered there. And now we have a potential confirmation play for a push higher, hopefully back higher again here. This is what I'm looking forward to right now. A potential trade again and see if we can actually push higher right here on gold from that perspective. Now, if you guys are unaware of the fact that I've written a book here, right now the website is offline for 2 days. So I can't give you the book right away. But if you stick around on the streams, then I will give you this book very, very soon here. But it's called the LT Concepts Trading Warm-Up. Okay, it's a book that I've written right around here. You can also see in the segment volume analysis how this now actually works, how and why these volume levels are so important and how we can actually move with them from there here. Okay, so volume is king, the origin of the volume profile right here, why time itself is not enough, and interest creates opportunity. Right? Interest creates. Read through this over time when you have this book here. Tomorrow we should be back live and online again, so you can actually download this for free. The only thing that you have to do is to fill in your email. There is nothing else, and that's pretty much it. But what I want to show you here is the consolidation, manipulation, and expansion right there. Okay, so we had our consolidation during the Asian session, the expansion during Asia, the consolidation during London, the manipulation, okay, pre-New York, and then the expansion. Okay, so look at this pattern very well. Observe this. This is on page number 47, and then go to what you currently are seeing here on the 5-minute chart, right around there. Okay, this is what we're currently seeing right now. Right here, we have our consolidation. Okay, the consolidation. We have the manipulation, and now we have a potential expansion. Okay, so what I'm looking for is to see if we can react from our levels right here, find support, see if we can actually see some buyers stepping in. If buyers in the order flow are willing to step in again, if the dollar is still weak, and if we can then freely take it back again to the upside right there. That's what I would love to see, okay? Consolidation, manipulation, expansion. Some people call this an accumulation. What is this? Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, an AMD. It depends how you would call it here. I don't give a fuck. To be honest, it's about the volume profile, which comes after that, okay? It's about how to then mark out the volume profile, find our levels at which area, and then look for potential reaction right around there, okay? So potential push and then a potential expansion right here, okay? That's what we're looking at, and that's what I'm looking at now for potential consolidation play here. I hope this makes sense. So I'm actually very, very curious to see if we can actually find a reaction around here, hopefully, and see if we can actually target again the highs. Because what is the exact level I want to target myself? And that is actually following if we can get an opportunity to get there. And that is the 12-hour supply zone, okay? It's a zone that I've been marking out all the way for a long period of time already, which is this area right here. It's a 12-hour zone. It's a drop-based drop in the higher time frame. And I think that with potential trend that we're seeing right now, because we are forming higher highs and higher lows consistently, why should I go bearish now when I see that the dollar is slowing down, when I see that we are, clearly creating intraday higher highs and higher lows, and when we have a very relatively clear target on the higher time frame sitting right around there, the 12-hour supply zone, right? So the reason for my entry was already clear. Now it's about, is there a chance that we can find the confirmation, right? And actually see if we can hold that support here and then still push up higher, okay? I have to admit, the New York sessions have been a mess. I had to be very, very creative. But again, no excuses yesterday, right? I explained you the full thought process behind the trade and also the solution of this. Moving forward. So I'm actually very optimistic about the future and how we're constantly trying to get better and learn from things and take that within our own hands, right? I like to take responsibility for my actions. I really do. I like to take responsibility for everything. I also like to admit when I'm wrong, not just in trading, but also in day-to-day life, in my, my personal, whatever relationships, you name it, right? I like to admit these type of things. I think it only makes more sense here. There is no ego involved here. So let's take that not for granted and accept and move forward here. And that's how we can just gradually make some freaking money again and move forward. Right? I hope this makes sense, my guys. So, conclusion, let's see if the dollar maintains weaker. And let's see if we can find that support. And let's see if buyers are willing to step in. And let's see if we can actually move further from there. Okay? That will be the best case scenario today. And if price breaks down again, yeah, I simply have to reevaluate and go from there, right? Where are we going to go then, right? That's the overall thought process. All right. What about news? We have some news later on. We have the Chicago PMI at 9:45, the consumer confidence and the JOLTS job openings at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., 10 p.m. for me. And this week we also have, of course, the NFP. Okay. We have the New York Stock Exchange open. We also have that. And then, of course, Friday we have the non-farm payrolls. That's kind of the biggest news event of the week. So we're very curious to see what will happen there. Okay? Let me know if this makes sense, guys. If you guys are aligned with me on this analysis, and if not, let me know why. All right? And also, if you're not aligned with me, don't just say, hey, I'm not aligned, I don't like it. Just say why, so I can understand the reasoning, and I can also use this and to reflect here, right? We're all here to learn together. We're all here to just chill, have fun, put on some nice freaking tunes here. And see what we can do together as a team. That's my mindset. This is why we're going to grow the streams. It's to be fully transparent and to move forward day by day, week by week, month by month, quarter by quarter. Yes, sir. On the valuation incoming. "36 seconds for disclosure. My man, Satya Gupta, welcome to the channel, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Let me quickly put the music a bit down here. It was a quick banger to end up this macro breakdown. And then we go from there, okay? If you like this analysis, if you like this channel in the first place here, and you learn something, hopefully you do, okay? I'm really here to help you out here. Then smash up that like button, okay? That's the only thing that I can ask you guys here. Smash up that like button. That would help me tremendously, right? As a channel to grow here. We are currently sitting at around, let me see here. Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? 138 likes. We could get this at least to 200 likes, guys. We have 800 people watching, okay? That's the only thing I'm asking for you guys, man, is to support the channel through that. Okay, you see, I have nothing to promote here right now. I'm just here chilling, having fun, drinking my tea, drinking my water, having fun, and just enjoying the process with you guys. And coming live every New York session to go over the market, to explain my reasoning, my thought process behind my trades. The good and the bad, the mistakes and all the profits, and of course the losses. Everything matters, because I think that's the only way for you to learn, actually, and to see something which shows you some real ass momentum here. Finally, something that hopefully helps you out. No need to buy another course here. You know what I mean? That's the idea. All right. Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate this. 200 likes, my baby. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Very, very close. Lorenzo, why can't you not go live the Asian session? I'm going to try to stream the Asian session as well. What about that? Yeah, because I've been absolutely killing it. Not just me. My girlfriend has been absolutely killing it too. She's been rocking the Asian sessions. Absolutely rocking it. Incredible. Yeah. The best session of the day, guaranteed. Like there is no comparison, to be really honest with you guys. Okay? Look at here. It's actually ridiculous. Where is it? Yeah, here. Okay. Was it here? No. Right here, sorry. This whole move. Like these huge, large expansions are coming during the... yeah, they're literally coming during the Asia session here. Okay, but this was a nice trade too. Pre-New York though. But yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let me make sure everything is on perfect. There we go. Yeah. Lorenzo, for someone who has no access to the footprint, how reliable is the fixed range volume profile? I've been using the fixed range volume profile for years. I became profitable before I used Orderflow. Okay, so don't think that the Orderflow is where suddenly you become profitable. That's definitely not the way I see it at all. Okay, some people say that the Orderflow is the only thing that you need. I actually don't really agree with this, to be honest with you. I think that Orderflow is an additional layer. You know what I mean? It's an additional layer to what we have been talking about here. And yeah, it's just another additional confirmation. But I've been looking at all these areas here. This is the reason why I'm trading these exact patterns that you see all the time. They keep repeating themselves over and over again. And I like the actual footprint, or sorry, the fixed range volume profile a lot, because it helps me identifying certain levels, right? And areas of interest. And also knowing where I can put my stop loss, right? It helps me with a lot of things. So definitely favorable, okay? Definitely favorable here. Yeah, absolutely. So right now we're holding a bit of resistance here on the 5 minute. Either we break out of the 17, we close above the 18. Or we have to pull back to the 4600. But I hope we can get to the 4668 today. That would be really nice, actually. It would actually be perfect if you can actually get there today. All right, that would be amazing. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have been using LTA concepts, the LTA framework, right? The volume profile, and of course the daily open, the weekly cycle, and everything that comes with this as well here. So yeah, definitely, man. It has definitely been very, very favorable. So for you, if you are a beginner, let's say, I think that the volume profile is a fantastic way to learn, okay? The actual trading warm-up will be shared very, very soon. I will be sharing this tomorrow. Again, the website currently is offline. I had some issues for 2 days. So this will be fixed tomorrow. And then you guys will be able to download this book completely for free. So yeah, watch tomorrow's live stream. And then you'll be able to go through everything here. The weekly cycle, right? The rhythm behind the moves. The daily, the fixed. The daily profile is exactly what we took today. What I took here at the previous daily POC. That's the trade that I took today. We have the swing profile. We have a couple of things that we have to talk about as well along the streams. You will see a lot of examples, but it's easy if you have the book, of course, right? So you can actually go through this and read it right there. All right, sit in that. You become profitable when you follow one system, only one system for a long period of time. So follow one system which is proven, such as LTA, and see the magic happen. I agree. I completely agree, my friend. I completely agree. Yes. Let me know if you guys are liking the stream so far. This is episode number 16 right now. So yeah, we started with a lot less, to be honest. And I never expected this to pick up so quickly. But at the same time, I'm very, very happy to host you here on a daily basis and show you the reality, show you the ins and outs and everything. So I'm very happy to see that this is going in the right direction right now. The dollar is tanking, man. Absolutely tanking here. Okay. Loving to see this right now. Absolutely love to see this right now. Lorenzo, you might want to refresh the book's index. Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. I think that's something that we will be indeed doing. This is from the older wave. I agree. That is correct. Exactly. Yeah, right now the link is broken here. This will be fixed hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. That should be done here. It needs to be fixed tomorrow, actually. Not just hopefully. It needs to be fixed tomorrow. So we're gonna make sure that this will be happening right there. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. 5 minutes. Let's see if we can close above this. The 50-minute looks a bit better. The hourly looks pretty good to me as well here. The 30-minute looks good to me. We're definitely in support again. I don't see a reason to be bearish yet on gold right now at all, actually. Unless some weird volume comes in. But right now, it's holding up really well. Yeah, we're close to that undervaluation. Again, I like to see this at one of our levels. So I'm kind of waiting for price to retrace a little bit. See if it's possible here. The dollar has been tanking so much. Any reaction, any pullback for the dollar will instantly push gold down, right? So I'm kind of waiting for the dollar to make some sort of pullback as well. And find resistance, or at least come back and then reject, right? So I'm not trying to chase the market right now. I don't think it is wise. Right, I took my entry there beforehand. I closed the TP there, and then I think I closed the rest here. So now it's about getting into a new entry if I can get into that opportunity. And then go from there, okay? But no, I'm not looking for sells right now. With the dollar being this weak and the higher time frame, right? Like we talked about before. Creating just a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Right, so this will be really counter trend right now, right? Trying to short this and trying to go against the initial trend right now that we're forming here. I think that we are not there. I think that we are definitely, we have some targets to meet. And yeah, I mean, if we would reverse, we will see. But right now, I kind of like this overall momentum to the upside here. This constant flow to the upside, okay? At this current moment, at least. I hope this makes sense. So yeah. Right now we are in an unbalanced session today. Trading session unbalanced. Okay. Trading session is unbalanced. Let me quickly write this down. Trading session unbalanced. My today's P&L is around P&L with other things in mind. It's around $1,800. Right now, status waiting for retracement for new longs. Yeah. There we go. Something like that is what I'm waiting for right now. But I just think if the dollar pulls back even a little bit, right, we will most likely just pull back. So that's why I'm not really chasing it down. The euro looks very strong to me right now. The euro looks very strong. Look at the euro pushing higher. Makes sense when the dollar is this weak, of course. As well, we're right. The dollar is very, very weak. So this is why we are reacting so bullish. Also on gold right now at the moment as well here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for all the new subs, man. Over the last couple of days, it has been absolutely incredible. YouTube had some issues yesterday, but man, you guys are absolutely rocking it. And I really appreciate this as well. And thank you for the likes. This is the only thing that helps the channel grow. It's you guys liking the channel. You don't have to pay me, right? You just have to like the channel if you appreciate the content and the education. And if not the education or the content, at least the music or the entertainment. It's up to you to decide what kind of site you like, okay? I leave this up to you here. But that would help the channel grow tremendously, so I really, really do appreciate this. Thank you, guys. Is there a correlation between the dollar and oil? Normally there is, but there is a bit of a distant correlation right now. You can actually see that we are kind of deviating away, but yes, there is. Look at oil dropping, look at gold, or so the dollar as well dropping here. Look at oil retracing, right, and dropping, and look at the dollar dropping. The dollar just drops a bit more aggressive right now at the moment than oil. Oil is actually holding up better than the dollar. But yes, you can definitely see that there is a correlation right now between oil and the dollar as well. And this is what we have been talking about, guys. Everything is pretty much interconnected with each other, right? Everything is connected. This is why we have a stream watch list right here, okay? We call it a stream watch list because it shows me the exact things that I'm looking at. For example, the dollar, okay? This is, of course, very important for us for gold. The euro, which is very important for us now that we use the order flow on the euro to see if you can find that support. Gold, of course, right? The NQ, the Nasdaq. What is the stock market doing? And what is oil doing? And I think if you combine these factors together, you can get a really good understanding of what today's sentiment is in the overall market, okay? But that is the idea. That is the overall thought process right there, okay? I hope this makes sense. So yeah. That is definitely something we are looking at. Just because we want to make sure that we are fully aware of the overall cycle we're in. But for us, of course, the dollar is the most important against gold. The dollar, and then, of course, things like the yield. There are a couple things that we look at, but the dollar is the main thing, of course. Yeah. Hey, Lorenzo, how is it going? A new day without Trump's lies is not a fun day. Tell me about it, Minji. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah, so the euro is still doing really well. Actually, the euro is holding up very well. The dollar is still weak. Okay, gold is just slowing down a little bit. So we have to look at gold right now. Where are we? Because we are kind of seeing a lot of sellers stepping in here. As always, around the New York session, right? Pretty standard. Asia pumps, London falls back, pulls back. We create a range, and then New York manipulates. Wouldn't be anything different today, as always, if we're not even in a range. Yeah. Is this different from gold? Yeah, this is the gold futures chart. Okay. This is the gold futures chart. So yeah, it is a little bit different. All right. But the candles are the same. Same expansions, etc. All right. You just have to pay attention to this. All right. So the dollar is still freaking weak. Wow. It just tanks, man. It's absolutely tanking right now. Look at the euro. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna place the limit order again. Let me just set it in right now. The 4, 5. We're gonna go in again. Let's see if we're right this time. This is the major resistance now. We're getting rejected at it. Where's that support set? 97. 97. It's also the VWAP, the 97. Yeah, this is right in our zone, right in our entry zone, our potential entry zone. So I had this already marked out at around 98. So this is definitely something I'm willing to look at right now again. If it's not going to be a messy situation, messy day. But again, if we manage our risk correctly, then I will be fine. Let's see how we react here. Almost 58% weighs of the euro in the dollar. So using euro order flow is like an inverse order flow for the dollar. So very important. That's exactly why I'm looking at the order flow of the euro right now. You absolutely nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, okay? Now, of course, do take consideration that it's not always perfect, right? It's not always perfect aligned with gold, for example, right? The dollar. Sometimes there is a bit of a difference, okay? And it could be that the dollar will make a pullback soon. And what I actually now I'm looking at it, what I don't really like is the fact that during this area, we dropped even further on the dollar. You can see this right here already. We dropped another 150 pips or something. Or minus 15%, 0.15%. But gold, during that same process, also came down. Do you see that? So it shows me right now if the dollar is starting to bounce here, that it will put more selling pressure on gold here. So I'm actually a bit more careful now with a new entry at this current moment. I hope you understand why. Because to me, this actually shows me right now that if the dollar makes a pullback, right here, and gold is now dropping, then we could actually try to push down again a bit further, okay? So I'm gonna be very patient now with an entry. I really would like to wait for a better confirmation, not rushing it. Because it seems to be that that alignment with the dollar seems to be very, very interesting here. So I haven't put limit order yet. I haven't put anything yet at the moment. Okay. Kwasi says, Lorenzo, it has been an amazing week and it's Tuesday, 2 trades and 15% profit. Wow, nice. Yeah, I'm also very happy today. A huge recovery from yesterday. It's very good. Google says, I lost a lot today. Some word of motivation, please. This is your journey, my friend. Be comfortable with the suffering. There will come a point, okay, in your life where you feel that you've suffered so much, you truly have suffered so much, that you become, funny enough, used to the situation, okay? And that moment of suffering will determine who you are as a human being. So when I had nothing, when I lost everything, and I've lost everything multiple times in a row, I will always find a way. I'll always find a way right now. I've been used to that. So I will find solutions to that as well here. Where I turn things around, okay? I will never be a victim. I will always accept my own responsibility, my fate, and I move from there. All right, so my motivation to you is use these opportunities, these moments in your life where you think things are going well for you or aren't going well for you, and utilize this and turn it into a strength, turn it into your new normal, because it can only get better from there, okay? There's nothing better than achieving success when you have been and you felt the bottom multiple times in a row, okay? I know that I'm nowhere near where I should have been. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am nowhere near where I should have been, all right? But I have so much confidence, so much faith. And I suffered so much already that there's nothing right now in my life at this moment that can really break me. Really, nothing. I would be thinking about what could be something that could actually break me. I don't think that anything right now at this moment in my life could actually break me. Okay? It would only motivate me more to make it happen. And funny enough, sometimes I need that feeling again. I need that feeling of hunger again to get there. Okay? Same thing for the live streams right now. There are a lot of things that happened in the back end in my... I'm not going to go into detail in it, but there's a reason why I'm streaming now really hard. All right, it's something to do with my backend, my company, whatever, some business related stuff. Okay. And yeah, for me, I am more disciplined, more motivated than ever before. And I only take the positives out of this. Okay. And I hope you do too. I hope you do too. All right. So 15 minutes, we're holding up. The 50-minute is bouncing from the value high here. I like gold actually here. The dollar is still weak. Wow, it's unbelievable. We're getting undervalued, man. But the 4 hour is looking so freaking weak right now. Look at the 4 hour time frame here on the dollar. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What would I be very comfortable with? Well, if we can close above the 17, the 18, right? So if we can actually close, there's two scenarios right now that I'm looking at. If I can close above the 17 here, okay, then I feel that buyers are definitely in control here. Because I think that from there that we can just have quite an easy runway to the upside here, but that's a closure above. So that means that we have to kind of break out, right? I could anticipate the move towards that, but that's the more risky move. It's entering right now and trying to get into the trade at this moment already. What I prefer to do now is to maybe go to the 15-minute time frame. We are reacting from our level, right? We are reacting from our first zone, which is right there. We are reacting from our key levels, the value high. What I actually would prefer to see is the flip of the 50-minute. Okay, the bullish flip again. Something like a breakout or a bullish flip or something. They're going to show me that there are buyers now coming in, stepping into the market here. Because the dollar, is absolutely getting crushed at the moment. And it's been a while that we have actually seen in the New York session the dollar coming down. We haven't really seen that a lot. You know? What time is it in your place right now? It's around 9 p.m. Almost 9 p.m. here. Yeah, dollar has been bleeding today. Bleeding. Is it hot here? Yeah, it's pretty hot here, man. 30 degrees. I mean, it's 30 degrees Celsius. You can see it already, right? I got my window open. I got my huge window open. My ventilator on. So you tell me. Pretty hot here, yes. The camera is still surviving. The camera can handle it. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any buyers stepping in here yet. I'm not fully confident here that we are that we have the bottom here. So I'm still patient. A bit more patient today. Right, and we got in, I got out. Now it's about a retest entry. Blue says, Salam bro, I watched you from Malaysia from a few days ago. Your analysis is good, although I'm a trader, but I only subscribe to your channel, not anyone. Okay, cheers, my man, welcome. And I was in Malaysia a couple weeks ago. I was in Kuala Lumpur. I was actually really surprised. I was happily surprised. I actually liked the city. I liked it. Very nice city, man. Any absorption right now? Yes, there is an absorption here. Like we're seeing a lot of selling here, right? You can also see it in the candle. But you know, it's not that buyers are really stepping in either, right? Aggressively right now, like not enough, in my opinion, right? So it's definitely not that. What I want to see is I want to actually see a negative delta. So more sellers than buyers, but a green candle closure. Okay, a green candle closure. That shows me that there is definitely an absorption taking place. But right now we cannot really see this yet. Also, the euro is getting and finding that resistance right now. So, like I said before, we're starting to incorporate the euro, because if the euro is struggling here, okay, you can see this right now on the euro. This is the euro USD footprint, or the euro futures, and then that's most likely going to give the dollar a bounce. Okay, so the euro right now, let me show you. The euro is in resistance right now. Okay, right here. The euro is struggling. This is the euro on the footprint. And the dollar is now finding that support because the euro is also slowing down. There's that strong 90+% negative correlation. So if the euro is in resistance, okay, then the dollar will potentially bounce. And of course, this could have a negative impact on gold. So that's why I'm not in yet, because I don't see the buyer stepping in yet on gold right now at the moment. So I'm paying attention to this. There is definitely some support happening. I started to like it here. We have a closure on a 15-minute and around 1 minute right now. So yes, there is an absorption. We are in a support support zone. Let's take this to the lower time frame. I like the 3-minute. I might enter in a second just to see where we can go. Low risk, and then maybe stay in the position here, see how it goes. 20 seconds for this candle to close. And also the hourly closures right now. Okay, this is the hourly candle closure. So we will see. Now we're probably going to see a bit of more of a pullback right now, I think. Yeah, because the hourly candle that just opened up as well right now on gold, as you can see here. Let me just quickly show you. And we're actually just opening bullish right here. So what I actually want to see is a flip, because we don't really have a bottom wick right now. So I don't think we're there yet. Anyway, so sometimes I see the dollar and gold moving together. Why is this? This is a very good question. Sometimes indeed you see the dollar and gold moving together. The market is never perfect, right? It's never ABC always. You have to always confirm this. There could be a variety of reasons why this is the case here. It could be from a geopolitical standpoint. It could be news related. It could be an injection of liquidity. It could be so many things. Okay. Yeah, so you always have to confirm this. But at the moment, I do see a nice inverted correlation. Look at the bottom here on gold, the top, right? Look at the top here on gold, on the dollar, and the bottom, right? We saw that beautiful top, the beautiful bottom right here. Beautiful push down, beautiful push up here. So definitely looking good. Asan Akram, thank you for the subscription, my friend. Thank you for the subscribe. It's great to have you here. Looking forward to welcome a bunch of new members, yeah, you could say members to our streams on a daily basis here. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, and hope you have good trading this week. Yes. So today I went trading to the gym. Then after training, had a protein shake. After protein shake, went to the barber. After the barber, I went boxing. After boxing, came here, did my analysis, stepped into a trade, closed my trade, went streaming. Yes. Day in the life, my friends. Day in the life, okay? So like I said, I expect gold to drop a little bit more. I think we're struggling a bit here. And the dollar could make a pullback. Will put even more pressure on gold right now. So I'm just looking for the right pullback levels. Look at this, we're already breaking. I didn't want to rush along here. I know this is an important level for gold. But there is a lot of selling there. And that means that we have to break through all that selling right now. So I'm actually almost considering price to come down lower, to be honest with you guys. And look for something like this here. Right, the very low. Which is something around here. See if you can get here and then bounce. And I might set the limit order there. Not actually, and just try to see if we can take out the highs. Because I do see an important level here for gold. Starting at the 82s, okay? The 82.4, which is actually the very low. Yeah, actually very low here. So the dollar could pull back and gold will drop down. That's it, right? So that's why I didn't feel the need to enter right away. There's a lot of selling now. Buyers are trying to step in, but they're not moving price higher. Look at that. Look at the buying, but price is not pushing higher. Sellers are actually trying to push the price down. The euro is also facing resistance here. Right, so if the euro faces resistance right now, guess what's going to happen? And the dollar is going to push up. And if the dollar pushes up, which we're already seeing right now, is it going to put more pressure on gold to the downside? Potentially. Okay? Potentially. So that's why. That's why I'm very careful with the entering now. And better to wait and see if it can get a bit lower. And yeah, potentially go from there. So let me just remove one of these levels right now. I know this is an important level too, by the way. Don't get me wrong. But that's kind of the level I'm looking for. Something around that. And it's typical ranging behavior, right? We know it. We know it. We've seen behavior of gold around the New York session. How it can reverse and how it can trap a lot of traders. And then it comes down and then Asia buys it up again. That's what we have been seeing, guys. We have been seeing the Asian session buying up the dip on the dollar, sorry, on gold from the New York session. We have now seen this already happening this whole week, okay? Or I mean this whole week, I mean yesterday, we've seen that, okay? We saw that on a Friday, right here as well, last week. Now, we didn't see this on a Thursday. But yeah, it has been happening in the last couple of days. All right, euro, do your thing. All right, we're still holding up. Okay, if the euro can close, this is what I'm going to do. If the euro can close above the 115.5 in the next 8 minutes, I might enter along earlier. If not, I'm going to set the limit order at the 82.7 or the 83. Yeah, let's see what happens. There we go. Are you considering news in 53 minutes? Yes, yes, of course. But it's still an hour away. 38 minutes actually. It's not that far away now I'm thinking about it. But yeah, let's see. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you guys have any questions, anything related to trading, related to life, whatever you want to know. If you need any help, you know, you might going through a hard time in your life right now. Okay, whatever it is, you know, talk to me, talk to your boy. Ooh, look at the euro pumping. We're still respecting it very high. It's very, very interesting. Look at that. Ooh, we're still reacting. Any closure above that will be amazing. Will be really good. Gold is still, let's look at the 50-minute on gold here. All right. This is not bad. Beautiful reaction there. Still holding, still respecting it. Wow. Very good. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I close my trade right now. We're back at the same level where I closed my trade. Roughly there. A bit higher. Bit lower. So 5 minutes for that closure. 5 minutes is just closed. The euro is looking good. So important now to look at the euro, man, because it shows me if the dollar can drop more or not, which is very important to me. Very, very important to see this right now. Don't trade the euro, but I use the euro to understand gold better. That's kind of the idea. That is kind of the thought process here. Yeah, I'm gonna get in with a small contract right now. Let's go in with 2. I like it a lot, and then I'm gonna wait for if price pulls back. I'm gonna see if I can add on some contracts as well here, man. That's what I'm gonna do right now. So let's see if we can actually move forward. Because I like the momentum here. I like how the dollar is tanking. I like how the euro is pushing. Giving a bit more time here. We're nowhere near overvalued here. Not on the 15-minute, not on the 5-minute. We are reacting from our level. So yeah, I like it overall here. I'm gonna pay attention to this. Let's see, and if we can actually close above this in 3 minutes. And then I can manage the trade a bit better. I can see if I can add on some other contracts a bit lower if needed. Let's give it a try, man. Let's see what happens. Bit of action. What is your opinion on silver in the long term? What kind of geopolitical factor do you think plays part in silver? Well, the thing about silver is, bro, if you go and look at the higher time frame right now of silver, okay? Look on the daily and look at the top right here, okay? The top was $120. We came back to 60, bro. That's a 50% drop. You know what I mean? That's nasty. All right, a 50% drop here. So we dropped half. That's a lot of trillions. That is a lot of trillions, my friend. So anyways, the reason why I say this is because to me, that's very, very, very important here. You're buying for a discount already, okay? I think this is a huge discount right now. Was silver overvalued in the short term? I think so, yeah. But I do think that the 50% is a serious sell-off. A huge deleveraging. And I think that the reset is coming very, very soon. So I'm more optimistic than pessimistic here from a macro perspective. Okay. I think the war is definitely putting some pressure on the metal sector, though. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, overall, it's pretty nasty. 50%, man. Okay. All right, 2 minutes for the closure here. Hopefully we close at least above the 10. That would be nice. Yeah, what would be the entry? Something like this, right? I'm looking for the continuation, of course, now. I have not really a direct stop loss in mind, but I'm kind of looking for the continuation today. And yeah, let's see if we can actually do that. We have around, what, 1 minute left for the closure? Do you put a stop? Not right away now. We already made some good money today as well. So we have, yeah, at least some buffer to work with. So I'm just gonna observe right now what is gonna happen here. Give it a bit more space today, that's why. Not much risk right now, but let's see. And also let's see where we can close this euro candle. Always do your own analysis, my friends. That's all I can say. Don't follow a random guy on the internet. Make sure that you are aligned with it. Don't be that guy. I mean, I don't mind. It's up to you, right? But you can't blame someone. Okay. Same thing for, you know, winning trades, by the way. You should be proud of yourself, not proud of me. Yeah, yesterday was an amazing. I was actually very happy with yesterday's stream. After the stream, I was very happy with the result because I learned something very, very good. And I love to learn new things consistently. So it shows me that I'm also learning like you guys consistently, man. Every day when I learn something new, especially in the order flow, right? I'm like, man, it's so good to know. Such a good lesson. I'm very happy with this. All right, we did close pretty good here today. I like this overall here. I like how gold actually closed pretty strong. Yeah, euro closed above this major zone as well here. So this is still good. Still good. Still like it. Dollar is still tanking, man. It's like dollar is weak today, damn. Bro, for gold, what are the instruments you are considering to measure the dollar? The dollar? Dollar against gold? Yeah. Please, what indicators are used to look for the buys and sells? The volume profile. Okay. Some order flow. It's called the Xau charts. You can look it up on Google. Xau charts. I'm not a sponsor. I'm still waiting for an answer for the giveaway codes, the promo codes, so people can try it for free. It is a paid platform. It is a paid platform here. Okay. Yeah, check it out. I don't make any money of it. I don't have a referral link for you or something, but that's something that I use. I love this platform. It's very good. It actually shows you exactly inside of the candle where and what has happened, which is super helpful. And it doesn't turn you into a profitable trader. Trust me. You need a lot of work. You need to put a lot of energy into understanding this properly. But it helps me so much with understanding if I should buy or sell with the right confirmations, etc. Here, I for the rest use all the standard strategy I already have on the candlestick charts here, which is just my regular strategy. Could I trade without the order flow? I could. Does it help me with my risk? It does help me with my risk. Yeah. All right, the volume is slowing down a little bit. So don't tell us that the New York Stock Exchange is gonna, you know, mess it up. Can we add more contracts? I'm still patient, man. If it goes, it goes. But we have a lot of things coming, right? We have news. We have the New York Stock Exchange open. So yeah, we have a couple things in our on our mind right now. What I want to see is gold closing above the 17 or the 18. That's when I think we're gonna fly, to be honest. If the dollar is still weak and gold can close above the 18, which is pretty much above, yeah, the 18. I will draw a line there, right here. If we can close above that, that would be a very good sign. Right now, it's still in between. Trump is kind of funny. He can't defeat Iran. Now keep blaming NATO countries. Yesterday UK, today the victim is France. You know what I saw, man? I saw a video of Trump talking about Iran in 1989 in an interview. That is 35 years ago, 36 years ago, 37 years ago. That's interesting. I found it. It's crazy. He was already talking about it. We need to take their oil. We need to take their oil. Damn. 1989. Yeah, it's no AI. I can guarantee you that. It was definitely not AI. That's for sure. It was definitely not AI. 100%. MS says Asian market has been so much better. Yeah, even my girlfriend said like, yo, you need to trade the Asian market, man. You need to go live during Asia. And I actually think she's right. I actually think she's correct. Fuck me. Even though the pre-New York was great, though. Like today's pre-New York was really good, really good. But yeah, there's no comparison. Look at Asia today. You know, definitely. Krusty says, girlfriends are always right. If not, then watch the Titanic. Yo, exactly. That's what I told you yesterday, man. If I mess up on the charts, I have to watch the Titanic. If I mess up, I need to watch the Titanic. Okay? So yeah. I better win today. And tomorrow. And Thursday. Friday. I better win all the time. I better just win in life. What about that? I better just win in life. Let's do an Asian session live. Will people watch it though? Because it's freaking early. For me, it's early. For me, it's like 8 a.m. I'm willing to do this. No worries. I'm willing to do this. I'm not joking. I am willing to go live Asia session. Why? Because the volume was so clean. Today, for example, during the Asia session, we tapped into this zone, this red box, this big, beautiful box. What does Trump say? This big, beautiful box. This red box, this big, beautiful red box. Okay? I love red. Red is my favorite color. Many red. Much red. I rather have red, okay? Look at that. We bounced from it perfectly during the open. And boom, instant buy. Instant buy. Immediately. Holding it quickly, 10 minutes, boom, up in profits for, I don't know, how many points today? Yeah. Okay. All right, we're seeing sellers coming in, but hey, we're getting absorbed right now. Dollar is still weak. Euro is still holding, I think. Yep. Euro is still holding. Look at that, we're actually bouncing. I want to see the breakout on gold now. I want to see a breakout on gold. I want to see a closure above the 18. Yeah, I don't have the accent. I'm Dutch. I'm half Dutch, half Italian. I don't have the accent. I'm not an American. I'm a European, okay? Yes, tomorrow we will have the website live again. I can promise you that. Okay. For the book. So you can actually download the book for free again. Okay. It's coming back. It is coming back. The LT20 War Map, G's, for free. The 300-page book. Right there. You know how long it took to create it? Almost a year. Almost a year. Okay, I was like, you know what? If I'm a book, I become an author. If I write a book, I become an author. Who in this space takes his time to write a book these days? Yeah. How far are we? 5 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange open again. No follow through again. Nothing. Just a bunch of ranging here. New York Stock Exchange open. When is the news coming? 19 minutes. Yeah. Should I close this right now and just wait for the news? Wait for the New York Stock Exchange to open up? I probably do this. We're literally hovering around our entry here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna exit this now. I'm just gonna wait, man. I'm just gonna wait for the New York Stock Exchange to open up in 4 minutes. Like, no follow through here. We should have already broken the 18. Look at that rejection at the 18, right? This is why I marked out that level. If you can't break above this, and we're now dealing with the New York Stock Exchange and all that shit right here. Yeah, then we need to wait a little bit because we have a news coming as well. I'm not gonna ruin my profits today again. I'm not gonna do it again. Okay? I'm not gonna do it again. I'm gonna be very disciplined right now in this session. 18 minutes from the PMI. And then we have 33 minutes for the Jules job openings. Obviously, my core is always saying, hold till the end, hold till the end. Let's see what happens. Ah, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. Sorry for my words. But that's what happens in my mind, right? It's like, just whatever, man. You're already up in profit right now. You have an amazing day, right? So just hold on to the trade. Who cares? Who cares? That little voice in my head screaming. Then the other side is saying, yo, we have the New York Stock Exchange in 3 minutes. You got rejected at your level that you marked out. You have news in around 20 minutes. Gold is struggling. The dollar has been tanking. Right? So I think it's better to be a bit more patient and see if I can get into a new entry here. Hey, I have 1K equity now. What lot size should I take? And what size should I be aiming for profit? Well, it depends, bro. If you want to risk more, you should risk more. If you want to risk less, you should risk less. It depends on your risk. For example, if I had $1,000, I would risk 0.2 lots, for example. Right? 0.1, 0.2, but it's very tight. That's very risky, right? But it depends on the situation. So if this is everything that you have, you could lower it and say, okay, 0.05, 0.02. Start building the confidence, start building out your system, get comfortable, and then increase the risk slowly, right? That's my suggestion. Yeah, I think it was a good choice to close it there, right? Around our entry and wait. Wait a little bit. Yeah. Unheard, it says, hi, I'm telling myself the same. And yesterday I lost all my profits from the Aces session. Yeah, man. There we go, you see? Yeah. Right before the open. Now, I'm not going to allow myself this time to fall for that same trap. You know, oh, Lorenzo, you're up a couple grand today. Easy money, right? You've paid your freaking rent, whatever it is. You can hold on to the trade. You can hold on. News. Who cares about news? Who cares about the New York Stock Exchange open? Just hold on. Hold on to the trade. Now, clearly, the euro here is actually holding up still pretty decent here. I'm not saying that this is gold's gonna actually drop here. It doesn't look strong or weak to me. But what I'm saying is that we have a lot of things that we have to deal with right now. And I think that we will have a lot of resistance coming now. This is an example. Yeah, so I'm going to wait, guys. This is what I'm going to do. This is my plan of attack here, okay? Either price comes down more to the 82. Why the 82? I'll show you. This level right here. It's a beautiful level. A beautiful box. A big box. A big red box. We love big boxes, right? 81, 82. Or I wait for price to break above the 18, like I already talked about before, and closure, and then I'll look for the continuation up higher. Let the range be for what it is right now, and let's see if the actual news or the open now can actually give us some impulse or a reaction or anything in that matter. I tried to get in before. I actually hoped that we had that breakout before, and then the news would come, and then I could manage to trade or put my stop loss on break even. But if we're hovering around our entry, and then it becomes a gamble. And I'm not into gambling right now when I'm up already. I like to play defensive, especially when we're up. So pullback or breakout. That's it. Pullback or breakout. Pullback or breakout. Do I really want to sell when the dollar is so weak? Not really. Not really feeling selling right now. Look at the hourly, right? It's not a big fan of selling right now when the hourly candle is so the hourly trend is so clear. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Right? I understand the resistance, but The intraday trend is pretty bullish to me right now. Don't really want to go against this too aggressively. But yeah, it could drop, yeah, could be. But yeah, let's see. Definitely made the right decision here, in my opinion. All right, guys, thank you guys for the support. We are at 400 likes. Why do I ask you guys about likes all the time? The reason is because it just helps the channel grow. And if you like this free education, then that's just a small gesture that could help my channel tremendously here. And I just realized that if I just ask you guys for it straight up, it works. It works, okay? And it helps the channel grow. And you know what I mean? We're bullish. We're bullish, okay? Higher highs and higher lows here as well. That's why we're bullish. The momentum is real. Pakwa, my man, thank you for the sub. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, man, it really, really does work. And I really appreciate you guys. EURUSD is falling? Okay. Is it true? Is that true? Is that true? Yes, a little bit. We're still above a critical area of support. What I actually want to see with the euro is that we can close the hourly candle above the 1155. That's what I would love to see right now in the euro. And if gold can break above the 18, that would be great too. That would be great too. Are you guys using any prop firms? Are you trading with your own account? Let me know. I'm going to put up a poll right now. I have a question to you guys. We have 1,300 people. Are you trading with prop firms or personal or... No, if you have to choose one. Not both, just one. Let me actually put up the poll here. Prop firms or personal account? I want to know the details here. I want to know the data. Give me some data. Very curious, actually. Very curious, actually. I would love to know this. You can't say both. Most people do both, by the way. But you can't say you have to choose one. You have to choose one. 160 votes. 60%, 58% personal account, 41% prop firms. Okay. Do you have any codes for prop firms? Not at the moment. Should I get some? That's the question. I don't have any codes. I don't have any VIP. I'm not selling any course now. The VIP that I have is closed for new members. I do my weekly breakdowns in there. But yeah, closed. 42% says I trade with prop firms and 58% says I trade with a personal account. Okay. 268 votes, 270 votes. Okay. That's a good sample size, not gonna lie. It's 50-50. Damn. 50-50. Lorenzo, is there a noticeable difference between trading spot or futures? Not really. I like both. I like both, personally. Doesn't really matter for me. But the reason why I trade on futures is because the order flow, it's the exact level. And with gold spot, I always have to kind of see, oh, this candle, it's this price. So it takes time. But I like to trade on spot too. I trade on Vantage myself as well. I have no issues with it. I like it. Personally. I don't really hold trades overnight. So I don't really mind. I don't really pay swap fees, right? So The spreads are not really high. I mean, I have... I pay commissions, right? So it's not really bad. But futures is, yeah. Futures is definitely... by default, the better choice for many reasons. Don't want to go into this now, but... there are definitely some benefits trading futures as well. Definitely. Help beginner traders, please. Yes. Any question, what would you like to know? You will be able to download my book very soon for free. So that's one way I can help you out, by reading my book, where I written and showed you everything in regards to the market, the charts, you name it. It's a lot of data. It's not something I expect you to read. It's also not something that can give you a straight up strategy right away. But it's something that helps you understand the market better. Then you go to the live stream, and then I'll give you an exact strategy. That's the difference. You read the book, you go to the live stream, I'll give you the exact strategy. All right, and then we follow up with that exact strategy. That's the idea. Ricard says, I think the best could be prop firms for day trading and personal for swing investing. That could be a very good idea. I see a lot of people that do that. I also like to day trade on my personal as well. Personally. I think that swing trading right now is very, very tricky. There are definitely opportunities though, don't get me wrong. There are definitely opportunities. Okay, we have news in 6 minutes. The Chicago PMI. And then the consumer confidence and the JOLTS job opening. That's the big news. Is in 20 minutes. So we have to be a bit patient here. I'm struggling with the volume profile. How do you use it? There are many different ways you can use the volume profile. You can see how it reacted from a level. Right around the volume profile. So it's a very good example. You can use the ranges. So draw it over any area of consolidation. So let's say you consolidate. You can use it over the whole consolidation from the left to the right using this tool, the fixes volume profile. You mark it from the left to the right and it gives you 3 levels. And these levels tend to be reactive, very reactive. This is an example how it took the level here. How you came back into that and respected it. Now, that by itself is usually not enough. You need a bit more context to it. But hey, if you trade support and resistance, right, you also need a bit more context. So it's the same thing. Back at the 18s again. All right, 387 votes. 60% says I trade on a personal account. 40% says I trade with a prop firm. Thank you for letting me know that. That's enough information right there. It's almost 400 votes, so that's pretty decent. Yeah, the euro is still holding up really well. The dollar is still weak. We have news in around, what, 4 minutes? We have. What's your reason for sharing your knowledge? I mean, I love streaming. I think it's really fun interacting with you guys. And I have been trading for a long time already. I have seen it already. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better every day. So You know, I'm always learning, and I always feel that when I'm live, you know, I have to be always on top of my game. Always. Do I still make mistakes? For sure, right? All the time. But I have to be on top of my game, at least. And that helps me tremendously, staying sharp. And I will be trading the New York session anyways. So I would sit here anyways. Pretty much. Okay, so we have that closure in 2 minutes. We have news in 2 minutes, so that aligns perfectly. Let's see what happens, man. First news of the day. I hope we don't expand before the news. That will be very, very annoying. Because we have a lot more news coming. Price actually did a retest. Could be heading bullish. Yes, I agree. Looking good now. The euro as well. Euro is still holding up really well. Closure seems to be coming up soon. We have news in 1 minute though. So let's see what happens with the news. And then 17 minutes, we have the Jules job openings. This is what everyone is waiting for pretty much. The Jules job openings. Tend to be the most important layer. The consumer confidence, by the way, is also something that you cannot neglect. There are definitely some important layers here. Yeah. All right, 5 minute closure is in 35 seconds and the news will come out. Sellers are coming in again. But we're looking pretty strong. The dollar is still, yeah, looking weak. There's nothing to say about the dollar today. You can see how the 18 is holding a lot of resistance, huh? A lot of resistance. At the moment, at least. All right, let's go. That PMI, yes. Boom. Give me the data, baby. Give me the data. 52.8, that's bad for the dollar. Wow, what a timing. What a time to be alive. Okay, nothing to think about from that perspective. We have next news coming in 15 minutes. Chicago PMI came out at 52.8, which is not really, really bad. It could be much worse. Anything under the 50 is terrible. This is still decent, okay? But it's definitely not as good as expected, okay? Now that's out of the way here. We saw just a huge, aggressive buyer stepping in here. Look at that, 125 contracts. However, right when the news came out, right? 125 contracts in one go. But why is price not pushing higher right now? That's the question. Why is price not pushing higher? Seems to be pretty bullish to me though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it still seems to be very bullish. The hourly candle, let me just look at this for 1 second. The hourly candle looks pretty decent right here. The 4 hour as well. We will close this 4 hour candle in 13 minutes. So we're gonna pay a lot of attention to the hourly closure. And then the latest news. We have more news coming. The most important news is still coming. So don't think that this is it. We have around 15 minutes for the last or the final news coming. Right here. The Jules job openings. But this is overall pretty decent so far. That's good. Do you prioritize liquidity grabs or structure breaks for entries? Yes, I like both. This is a good example. You see this right here in the bottom, right? We took out the lows and I entered. And at the breakout right now, right? We might see some sort of continuation. So it just all depends on the context, man. It all depends on the context. Okay? It all depends on the context. Yeah, a lot of selling now, but no follow through here. This is a tricky situation on the 5 minute. Where did we actually get rejected from? Are we getting rejected here? No, not yet. Yeah, a lot of buying here. Look at that big bubble. This means that there is a large buyer active aggressively. He executed over, I think it was more. I think it was 125, correct? Yeah, right here, you see that green bubble? That means that there is a single player, a single trader that executed at least 66 contracts or more. I thought it was 125. I just looked at it, right? Yeah, right here on the 30 minute. 125, okay. You see a small bubble here. So a large buyer stepped in with 125 contracts. So the question is, are we going to now follow through? Are we going to break out? We have around, what, 12 minutes for the news? The last news, then we're done with everything. Then it's all done. Jules job openings and the consumer confidence. Are you Dutch? Yes, I am. Half. My mother is Dutch, yeah. Okay. Let's look at the euro. Euro is still strong. Euro doesn't care. The euro doesn't care. This is why gold could potentially continue to push here. Lorenzo, did you use before the heat map? I used the heat map, but it doesn't really matter to me. Because I have this. It's pretty similar. But I like to look at the candles. That's just my way of doing it. I like this much more than the heat map, personally. But it all depends what you prefer. I mean, it all depends what you prefer. Yeah, news incoming. Consumer confidence plus jobs openings. We have more news coming. Maybe you can convert to Indonesian citizen. No, you'll never be an Indonesian citizen here. I will always be a foreigner. Even in Bali, I will always be the bule. That's how they call foreigner. Bules. Okay. There we go, we're breaking. All right, nice. A lot of buy now. This is good. This is what you want to see. Right before the news. Ooh, a lot of buying before the news here. Look at the 5 minutes. 66, 174. 21. Should we give it a try? 21.1. Let's see if we can get there. I'm skeptical with this news before the pump. Yeah, well, we'll figure it out later. I think that this is pretty decent to me right now. Euro is looking pretty strong. We're still above this zone where most we could close above this. I'm still willing to take it though, like a small trade. Let's see if we can get some follow through. We have a lot of runway here. Okay. If you go to like the hourly, let's just skip everything, clean everything. 12 hour. We have this area. Let me just right there. This is my major zone. This is where I want to trade towards too. The hourly candle has been showing us higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher low. We bought here earlier. We took it higher. Now we're seeing the follow through. Now I want to buy, you know, and look for the continuation at final squeeze. Hopefully we get there. Okay. Hopefully we actually do get there. That would be amazing. So yeah, let's see if I can get tagged into my trade here. Dollar is just so weak, man. So weak. Okay. So weak today. Unbelievable. What about you holding on to your first trade? I mean, yeah, I could have done that, obviously, but you know, it's pretty much, I'm trying to just continue my initial trade. It doesn't really matter. Just trying to continue my initial trade. Where is that 5 minutes? Okay, for the news. Wow, look at the pump. Definitely no buying, no selling today, right? Clearly. Like, so for people who were saying sells today I was not really convinced that we're gonna sell. Yesterday, I made a really, really messed up mistake, by the way, yesterday. Yesterday was really bad. But a beautiful lesson. Oh, man. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, we went through everything, the reasoning, and also the euro, and how we utilize the euro as well. It's amazing, amazing lesson here of how the euro was actually in resistance yesterday, which helped with the dollar bouncing bullish, which actually helped me tremendously. So I learned a lot yesterday. A lot from yesterday's trade. When is the news? News is in 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. We have the consumer confidence and Jules job openings. So yeah, let's see if this will turn everything around. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Definitely not. Hopefully not here. Okay, 5 minutes, grade level, 15 minutes, same level, was it? The 21? 22 actually. 21 point. Maybe it's a 22. 22.3. I think it's fine. We're pulling back. Let's see if we can get triggered. This better not be a reversal. Yeah, for people who are saying, yeah, chasing the market. Look what happens now, right? That's why I don't like to chase. All right, this moment of truth here. Major push. Better not be the news manipulation today. Yeah, I think this might be, what is it? 22, right? Yeah. Come on, 21.2. Should be there. Hopefully we get there. Would be terrible if this flips bullish though. Then I would have missed out. This would flip bullish on a new entry. I would be so close. So close to the perfect entry. 2 points. But with all the news involved here, anything can happen, right? So we're not going to chase anything here. There's no reason for me to chase it. Because the news could easily, even, you know, completely reverse pace. Yeah, look at that. Wow. It's just the news involved here, that's why. Wow, look at that. Oh, that would have been so freaking good. How long? 2 minutes. One minute. Wow, look at that. Wow. That was so close. That was so close, jeez. Wow. Yeah, that man, that would have been so good though. That would have made my day, man. If I could get into this one and then also push higher, that would have made my day. Because then I would have now put my stop loss on break even, and I would have now waited for the news to come out. That would be the cherry on top. That would have been the creme de la creme, the pinnacle. Because today was an amazing day. That would have been the like I said, cherry on top, man. Need to work on my English phrases. Man, that would have been so sick. 2 points then. Wow. I knew it was a good moment to buy her, but now we have news. So hey, don't screw me over now. Don't screw me over now. What's going on here? What's happening on the news? What is happening on the news? What happened to her, geez? Let's see. Quickly. Consumer confidence bullish, Jules bearish. Yeah, perfect. That's like neutral territory, right? 6.882. Yeah, wow. Oh my God, geez, damn. Look at that. Short? No. No reason to short here, in my opinion. No reason to short in my opinion here. Do I still have my limit order? Yeah, I mean, right now, we have a major zone there sitting there. It is at the 22.3. Yeah, are we going to get there? I didn't mean, bro, we already got there. We missed out on a pip and a half. Man, that would have been so sick. That would be so good. Yeah, but I knew it was going to be a long, like after this break at the 18th. And that push up, I saw the buyer stepping in, the confirmation was there. Euro as well, right? Very strong, closed above it. Respected our red box, our beautiful red box. Our big red box, okay? We love these red boxes. Many boxes, many red boxes, okay? Many boxes. Respect to that. Will only help gold push higher because of the pressure on the dollar. Clearly bearish. So yeah, that was a really nice move here on Goldie. Now the question is, okay, are we still going to pull back? And are we going to find support and continue higher? I mean, it could be, but I'm not removing my order, buy limit order yet, but that would have been the move, right? Getting in at the bottom and then reversing to the upside here. That would have been the move for the continuation. Happens to me all the time, by the way. It's very, very common that I place limit orders, for example, also in Asian session, that I miss out on a couple pips, which has happened. This is the risk I take. I'm willing to take it. But it's just so good though, like in general. These entries are so good usually. Lorenzo, the bubbles are the aggressive ones. Yes, the bubbles are the aggressive ones. These are the single executions. The single market order. So you could see a lot of buying there. This is where buyers took serious control, right? And there we go. Now we're going to go. Now we're going to go to the 70s. So that big buying helped me tremendously with that confirmation of, okay, we break. That was a buy. And that's when I'm willing, like I said before, to buy higher. Because usually I wait for pullbacks, right? But that could be for me a reason to not wait, for example, and to buy when price is breaking out, not just like trending up and pulling back, right? It's like break, boom, boom, retest, boom. One of the best traders I know, Fabio, not sure if you guys know, Fabio Valentelli. He's also an order flow trader on the Nasdaq. He always uses limit orders. He always places limit orders. He feels that he gets the best entries when he places these orders around small pullbacks, getting into the limit orders. He has noticed that according to his data, it gives him the best edge over time. Yeah, but look at that selling now. Look at that immediate selling at this moment. That's a major game. That's a big deal too. But all getting absorbed at the moment. Yeah. Okay, we have the good part is all the news is behind now. Nothing to really think about, worry about right now at the moment here. Yeah, a lot of sellers are coming in right now at the moment. You can see clearly how many sellers were coming in at this moment. Okay, very, very good. Well, actually very good. I mean, look at the amount of selling coming in right now. If someone is actually in the trade right now, let me know. I'm actually kind of curious right now. People actually still took it. Because I know people are always front-running me, regardless. I've seen it so many times before. But yeah, anyways. A lot of selling right now, so we might pull back a bit. Let's see where we close this lower time frame candle. Look at the amount of selling here. Look at the volume now. Huge. Huge amount of volume. A lot of buying here, a lot of selling here. Look at that. A lot of selling, a lot of buying. Okay, the blue here are large buyers. 174 contracts in a single execution. 63, 66. Then we have the sellers there on the top right now, which is right here. 107, 98, 50, 53. So the pullback could be real here. Again, so if you were in buys here, then I would be a bit more cautious now. Okay? Because a pullback could occur. Not saying it will, it could. There is a lot of selling now. Doesn't necessarily mean it will happen. It could easily be absorbed. But sellers are active. Sellers are here. Okay? Yeah, it would have been insane if I held on to my trade here from the beginning, though. Look at that. That would have been nuts. But I'm still happy with the trade itself here. So this was all a bonus, anyways. But yeah, this would have been this would be the cherry on top, right? Getting triggered right there, and then just flipping that candle bullish, and then closing the trade around now. Yeah. But there we go. Sellers are coming in, right? Pullback scenario. Okay, pullback scenario. Let's look at the euro. Euro is coming down too. Look at all that selling on the euro. This is the first time that we actually see this on the euro. I have to acknowledge this, okay? This is the first time that we see this amount of selling on the euro right now. So, therefore, the dollar might bounce. I think the dollar is bouncing here. Yep, dollar is bouncing here. This is what I mean. This is why we use the order flow on the euro right now. I almost don't really have to look at the dollar anymore. Of course, I will always double confirm everything. But if the euro is coming down, then the dollar will most likely push up, and this will put pressure on the euro, on gold. So that's why we use the euro order flow here, because we cannot use the order flow on the dollar index. It doesn't exist, at least not in what I have right here in my software. So, yeah, this might be a pullback right now. A pullback scenario. Look at that. We created a bubble. We might pull back now. Yeah, so this is a reason for people to close the trade, to take profits, you know what I mean? This is like the perfect moment in my opinion, because you're gonna face a lot of selling pressure now. Yeah. Is it worth it to hold on to the buy limit here at 22s? I mean, this depends on the euro. Where we close this 50-minute candle in 5 minutes. Are you taking a short? I'm very cautious with shorts right now, but I do see a chance where we pull back. I do see a possibility we will pull back here. But overall, we're very bullish. Look at the 15-minute on gold now. Right, this is the 5-minute time frame on gold. This is the 50-minute here, with all the orders included. And you can see how much selling has now been taking place and how we are trading below that selling. So if this candle closes below the 37, yeah, then there is a big chance we're going to revisit the 22s, in my opinion. Right, so this is where scalpers come into play on the short term, on the lower time frame. Quickly in and out to enter short and then exit again there. But that's a very quick scalp. Very, very quick scalp here. And it could be that we're already there before the closure, so we don't know that. We have still 5 minutes left. A lot can happen in 5 minutes, right? So I need to know what the euro will do here, because if this closes bearish like that, then it will be hard to get on the retest, in my opinion, right now on the long. Because I think the move then already happened here. And then we're going to see some consolidation happening before the next move. Yeah, so I think we might pull back, right? Yeah, look at that. Go to the 5 minute. And the 5 minute already closed. And guess where it closed? It closed into the red box. It tapped into the red box and it sold off. We had another closure. Where did we close? We tapped into the red box and we sold off. The point of control of that candle is holding strong. This is why the resistance will come in right now. This is why gold has faced or will face a lot of resistance at this moment. You can see this very clearly, right? A lot of resistance right now. So I'm going to cancel this limit for now. We know that we didn't got triggered. We had, in my opinion, the best possible chance to get in, or at least I had the best possible opportunity here. A little bit more I was in the trade and I probably had closed it around now, to be honest with you. But we have 5 minutes for the closure, and that will help me understanding what is going on here. And then the euro will potentially pull back, the euro will potentially pull back, or gold will potentially pull back. But like I said, a lot can happen in 3 minutes from now. Okay? A lot can happen in 3 minutes here. David Carvalho, man, just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. If you like the communication, if you like the commentary right now, then press and smash up the like button, leading you to the order flow on gold live. I don't know any other streamer that does this live on gold, by the way. People do this on the Nasdaq, but not on gold. I love doing it on gold. I think gold is much more fun than the Nasdaq. That's my personal opinion. I decided to fully commit to gold. I look sometimes at the Nasdaq when gold is really boring. But gold is definitely my asset. And definitely what I like to review and to learn more about. Because it's just so interesting, man. It's just so interesting, and especially when the volume kicks in. Yeah. So, definitely if you like that, then smash up the like here. That would be amazing. Target, I mean, what? For long or for short? I mean, right now we're in resistance. We're definitely seeing each other stepping in here. I'm waiting for this 15-minute closure, which is happening in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Then I know, okay, if we will close above or below these sellers. We have closures, and in my opinion, what I learned is that these closures are super important. 15-minute candle closures are really important. I kind of like to observe what has been happening in this candle. If we close above the 46.50, it's very bullish. If we close below the 46.38, it's very bearish. Because that means that we will face this immediate as resistance here. If we close in the middle, again, it's very neutral. It is very neutral. So then I have to go to the lower time frame. I have to go to the 5-minute. See where the 5-minute closed. Yeah, for now, it is holding up respectfully well. Right here. This might change the script. The euro, a lot of sellers again getting absorbed. The dollar is still, I think the dollar is in resistance right now again. Look at that. The euro is still holding up really well. Wow, look at that. Gold is still pushing. Guys are still stepping in here. Sellers are trying to short it or pushing the price down, but nothing here. That's why I don't like to short it right now. You know why? Because if there are a lot of buyers stepping in here, there is clearly a shift happening in momentum. And if that price pulls back, right, on the candlestick chart, and you see this red candle, a lot of people will enter shorts, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean the price will actually come down further. What will give me the confirmation though, if the 15-minute or the 5-minute candle actually closes below the area where the most shorting took place. That means that this will be turned into resistance. This is where it builds that confidence for that push down. But now you can see it's holding up really well. The euro as well, right? It closed very well. Let me go to the 15-minute here. It closed above this. So the euro might push up right now. Look at the euro. This is the euro. I would not be surprised if the euro will take out the previous candle high here. Just an observation. Which means that if that would happen, that gold will also try to break and continue to go higher. But I'm not going to buy gold here clearly. It's either going to be the pullback or not. But the buy limit was very, very clear. When does the month-end volume come into play, my friend? Good question. Right now, it should be. You see it already, right? If you go to the daily on gold in general, we don't always have to see the large volume coming in at the 31st, by the way, okay? This is, I think, the number one mistake that people make, is they try to understand, oh, it's the monthly closure, so this is where the most volume comes in. But it's not necessarily the case, okay? If the monthly candle closes, it doesn't necessarily mean that there is more volume coming in. What we need to understand is when does the contract closes? What day does the contract on futures and options, the options market, expires, okay? And it's actually usually not the 31st. It could be the 27th, the 26th, the 29th, okay? So rather than thinking about the monthly candle closure, which is important, clearly, from a volume standpoint, it happens usually around the contract expiration, okay? I hope that answers your question. Yeah, overall, I really do like this reaction overall. I think it's holding up really well. Much better than I initially saw when the sellers came in. The candle closure definitely showed us that we still closed bullish. So there is still an absorption. That means that buyers are still willing to protect their level here. And that's why I would not short it. I'm not a big fan of shorting it, personally. I think it's a bit too risky here. Could it drop? It could be, but it's just too risky on my end. What about the news? The news came out neutral, in my opinion. Relatively favorable for gold, in my opinion as well. Slightly favorable for gold. Slightly bearish for the dollar. Yeah. Wilder, my man, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're having a good day so far. And a good session. Yeah, I hope you guys are learning something about the order flow, the way it actually works. I hope you can see how looking at these orders can really help with understanding what's going on. So if you are new to this channel, then regardless, like everyone has a different style of trading, right? So I'm not here to force you to trade or to take trades live with me or whatever. But what I can definitely help you with along the way as well is to just give you the insights in what's actually happening behind the candlesticks, behind the charts themselves here, okay? By explaining you how buyers and sellers are actually on gold interacting with each other. It can give you an understanding of what is the potential scenario here. Are we more bullish? Are we more buyers? Are sellers in control? Are buyers in control? Would I short here? Would I be patient here? Like, what is the situation? This is what we're gonna do here on a daily basis here, regardless, besides our full breakdown macro analysis from Monday to Friday during the New York Open for 2 or 3 hours a day, a session, which is for me completely fine. I will be trading anyways. Why not doing it live on stream, right? That's kind of the thought process here. So I hope you guys can learn and see a little bit how this works and how, you can put this into action. In terms of the actual valuation, we're really neutral. There's nothing really to worry about from that perspective on both sides. Clearly, we're trying to avoid selling when we're undervalued and avoid buying when we're overvalued. But nothing really to worry about this session. That's not really something to think about right now. Right now, what I'm going to do is to look at how much volume is getting traded now at the moment. We are in resistance, we know that. Right? We're clearly in some sort of resistance now on gold, right here. And sellers are willing to step in here. But yeah, on the 5 minutes, we're still getting rejected at that zone. So there is definitely some selling pressures. Buyers are trying, but they're unable to force price higher. It got rejected at the 43. Because of this large seller that took control there. But what I'm actually most curious about is what happens when the euro, and that's what I'm curious about. What happens when the euro pulls back towards the, let me see, 115.565. We are already in support. Camila says, is there on live someone from Poland? I don't know. Boxrap, my man, welcome. Yeah, sellers are coming in finally. The pullback is happening right now. 30-minute looks pretty nasty if you ask me right here. Right, so what are interesting levels? Well, clearly the 18, right, which is this range. Let's go to the 5-minute. We are definitely more overvalued right now in the 5-minute. So we're seeing a bit of a rejection now as well. The 18 was an important level already before that. We already knew this. So it might be still an area of interest. The 18, there we go. Can we actually get back there? User says, yes, your trading is like a paid course. Thank you. This is the first time order flow was explained clearly. However, it's still not predictive. Yes. Well, the way I like to look at it from my perspective is each candle has its own behavior, right? So each candle has a series of buyers on one side and sellers on one side. I don't really care too much about the numbers. You don't really see me talking about the numbers too much. You see me talking about the colors, okay? The highlighted colors. So the more the colors are highlighted, the more interest it is to me. The more volume usually has traded. Because the more volume, the more the color is highlighted, right? And then the closure will determine who is actually in control. That's the way I like to look at the order flow, specifically. The footprint chart. Yeah. Yeah, 5 minutes for this 30-minute closure. Wow, look at these sellers coming in. Still a lot of selling, man. There is still a lot of selling. I love how it's getting absorbed. Buyers are very, very strong. There's still a lot of selling here. It's mainly the euro. The euro, look at the 4-hour candle on the euro. It's like, it's a massive candle. Okay, this is by the dollar. Look at the 4-hour candle of the dollar. Right, look at this candle right now. So if you ask why did I long gold, it was because I could see the early signs here of the dollar dropping, looking weaker. And we tapped into a really clean level, and I was like, you know, this is potentially going to be the manipulation, right, for the expansion. Some people call it AMD, right, the A, the M, the D, the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I wanted to get into the manipulation. The question now is retest entry. This was 1. This might be 2, right? But it all depends. So I'm going to give it a bit more time to see. I did place another limit order there before. Unfortunately, we had a lot of news at the time. We had 2 more events coming. The consumer confidence and the Xau Usd job openings. But my goal was to get triggered into my buy here, right there, at 21.7, right there. And unfortunately, we missed out by 2 points. The pullback was super aggressive and it immediately flipped bullish. That would have been the pinnacle, the cherry on top. But yeah, the dollar reversal is real here. This is not a joke, by the way. This is something that you really have to take consideration, okay? Because this is a serious closure. The 8-hour candle will close in around 33 minutes. That means we will have a new supply zone right here. So even if the dollar pulls back, there could be a chance that this will cause resistance for a follow-through here. So that means that gold potentially could pull back too, eventually, but still has the follow-through potential, right? Still the potential of bullish continuation, the bullish momentum. for the next coming days, at least tomorrow during the Asia session, right? For example, we might pull back, but then, you know, we might see the London pick up or whatever. Depends on where we close, how we pull back, and what happens within the dollar there. But if that's the case in the dollar, then we can also look at the euro. So then we go to the Euro USD. Boom. Look at that. Look at the Euro USD. Look at this 12-hour demand zone on the euro. Look at how we got reacted. Or we reacted bullish. Look at what happens if this candle will close. You can already see that we will find support right here. So if we pull back, well, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to look for a reaction here into this 8-hour zone on the Euro USD. I'm going to go to the order flow of the Euro USD. I'm going to mark out the 115.375. Okay. So the 115.375, which is roughly speaking, right there. Okay, this zone. Yeah, something around there. Okay, this is where the buyer stepped in here aggressively. And I'm gonna then watch this level. So if price would get there, it's eventually, maybe not now, not in this session, but if price would get there, I'm gonna go to the lower time frame and I'm gonna wait for the confirmation. And if this holds and it pushes up, guess what will happen to gold? Most likely. Gold will most likely follow up and continue to go higher too. So I don't see really a reason to be bearish on gold right now. I can't see it. I can't see it for now. Also, if you go to the hourly time frame right here, right, we talked about this already, right? How price is creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, and how shorting would be very risky here. Yep. So I do want to pay attention to this as well at the same time. Okay. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, this is what you can see on gold right now. The euro looks very good, by the way. This is a very good sign on the Euro USD. You create a bottom, you create a pullback, and you create new demand. Okay. Bottom, pullback, new demand, confirmation. That is bullish. That is a reversal. This is a very bearish sign on the dollar, in my opinion. Okay. And if the dollar is weaker and weaker and gets weaker and weaker, then it will only be favorable for gold here. So this is why I believe right now that our bias being bullish, especially today already, was the decision here. Absolutely. So let me know in the chat here, what did you guys do today? Did you make money today? Did you lose money today? What happened? Do you have any questions? Do you need any help with something? I'm here to help you if you need anything. I'm here for probably another at least like 25 minutes, 30 minutes to see what price does. Hopefully, we continue to go, for the people who are longs, of course, higher. I personally would love to see a little bit of a pullback. Not gonna lie with you guys, but it looks pretty strong right now. It looks pretty strong. So if you're in a long, I don't see a reason to close it. Right, says 8K profit today. Kia says an L. Okay. Thesis says I got stopped out at that manipulation where you had your buy position. That's unfortunate, my friend, but hey, these things happen. How much does the Xau charts cost? That's a good question. The Xau charts itself is not that expensive. It's the software is not that expensive. It's probably around, I think like $50 a month. Well, it could be expensive for some people, obviously, right? It's not, it's, you know, you never know. So I don't want to really say this, not being expensive. It's $50 a month. The problem, however, is not just the software itself, it's the data. It's the data. You need to buy the data, okay? Now for the COMEX, which is the metal exchange, okay, it is I think around $30 a month extra for just gold, the metal sector. If you also want access to the CME, the euro and stuff, right, you pay another 30, so it's around 60. I think it's around $100 a month, let's say, net, okay? So for some people, it might not be expensive. For others, it's very expensive. But again, do you really need it at the beginning? I don't think so. I think you can become profitable first. You get some payouts with your pop firm. You work towards a payout, right? And if you then decide, hey, I want to take things to the next level. I want to learn about this. I want to understand how this actually works, why it's so powerful. So it gives me more confidence around my entries, let's say. They can always increase. You can always increase, okay? What kind of trades you took today? I took 2 buys today. And 1 sell on the pullback actually during London. So only W's for me today. It's a good compensation for yesterday, that's for sure. Unfortunately, didn't get triggered into my last opportunity that I wanted to get into. That would have been really nice. That would have been the pinnacle. But buyers are in control, man. We closed above this again. Look at that, right? So we had our candle right here. We had a lot of selling here. A lot of sellers with these huge bubbles came in, right? Look at these bubbles. These are red bubbles right there. That means single executions, single trades, okay? 107 contracts short, 98 contracts short, 76 contract, 67 contracts short, etc. But then you can see that in the next candle, right? The candle itself didn't close above or below these sellers or buyers. In this case, sellers. The next candle did though. The next candle did. You see that? Most of the volume happened here. What does the next candle do? It taps into this candle right here and it pushes up higher. So you can kind of see how that works. The closes are very important for that exact reason. Buyers step in here, pull back, and then higher. Reaction here. Yeah, what then people do that want to enter aggressively, they put their limit order right here and they put their stop loss underneath the candle. Right? And they take a quick scalp. That's another way of doing it. Some people they scalp really aggressively. They do it this way. Right? So for example, on the 5 minute, you could see it right here. Yeah, this is the trade that we wanted to take here, right? So we had like a lot of buying. Price pulled back. It didn't pull back into this box. If it pulled back here, we would have been triggered into our position. Price would have immediately flipped bullish. But it was just 1 point, which is actually really crazy. But that's what people do. People then look for the confirmation around this here. The Asian session today was insane. If you go to the 4 hour, you can actually see very, very clearly how we had a huge amount of selling here during the open from the day before. And then today's Asian session, what happened was we tapped into this right there. And we literally bottom. That was the bottom of the day. That's why the Asian session is sometimes really, really, really powerful. Okay? And that's the exact level that we talked about yesterday at the end of the stream. Okay, reversal. All right, the euro is pushing down right now. We have 20 minutes for this closure. I'm gonna wait for that closure and then we'll go over the full breakdown and analysis here. Show your trade at the beginning. You can go to the beginning of the stream. You can see it right there. Yeah. So the reason for this trade was, in case you guys want to know that, you had the consolidation here. Okay, you had the manipulation. Let me just go through it. You had the consolidation, the manipulation. We tapped into our box. Let me see if I can show you. We tapped into our box here. Okay, same concept, right? Trapped sellers, price pulled back into this, right here. And price expanded to the upside right there, okay? This was on the euro, and this helped my buys on gold pretty much. Okay, so if you see this happening, kind of see how price then on gold also found support at the same time. It tapped into this, it manipulated down, and then it came back up again, okay? So it manipulated, broke out, then continued to the upside right there. That was the overall thought process. Very similar to what we actually are constantly trying to do here. Yeah, super important moment here on the dollar as well. Okay, if the dollar closes below this zone right here with confidence, then this is a very bearish sign for the dollar over the next coming hours, potentially as well tomorrow. Okay. Love, you never disappoint me, big bro. I simply manage my risk on your analysis. Yesterday I added longs at 4480. Then today first attempt L in scale at 460. Second at 457 running. All right, amazing, my friend. Well done. Nice scaling there. Nice holding on to your trades right there, okay? Yeah, yesterday was insane as well. We talked about the bottom as well here. Yesterday, my session was a bit rough. But what I can say yesterday was that buy limit here at the end of the stream. 45209. Major level. And today, the bottom. Look at how we tapped into this today. It's crazy. The 45209. So I bought around there, around the confirmation again. Yeah. And then again today. And then unfortunately not here. Is it time for the pullback? I think so, clearly. You can see it's slowing down. The dollar as well is pushing up a little bit more. I can look at the order for quickly on the lower time frame, but it seems to me right now that the euro is definitely slowing down. And if the euro is slowing down, it's going to put more pressure on gold too. Well, we're overall pretty much have been in the range right now. You can already see this. A lot of aggressive selling came in here. I don't know. Why is this actually... Why is this purple? Why is this purple? Why is it not red? There we go. And why is this not... Wait, is this green? Yes, green. Sorry. Aha, aha. Okay, this is green. Sorry, my bad. This is red. There we go. I don't know why it's blue and purple. Green and red. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we saw huge buyers stepping in here at the top. They all got trapped in their position. Price closed bearish or close below that amount of volume. And then we saw the reversal here. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. The pullback. This weekend, I'll only be looking for longs. Yeah, right now, I'm just interested in longs too. If the dollar is that weak and it breaks down and it closes here, you know, I'm very cautious with shorting gold here too. Absolutely. Even though, right, we will face major resistance soon. We cannot neglect this range. But hey, if this gets taken out, sky's the limit for gold, in my opinion. But yeah. How many times do you stream? Every day, my friend, right now. I'm fully committed, fully locked in right now. Okay? Fully freaking locked in at the moment. Okay? Locked in, my friends. Okay? Locked in. The reason why is because I actually, never streamed. I did 500 live streams roughly. Something like that in my whole career. 497 to be exact, okay? Let's say 480 of those are live streams, okay? I've never streamed 5 days a week before, until the last couple of weeks. When I started again, 3 weeks ago, we started at 4.6k views, okay? 4.6k. It's actually amazing to seeing this back right now. We're already at the 20s, my G's. At the 20s. In a 3 weeks time. I'm very happy, very blessed to have you guys here. And we're just keeping it real here, man. We're just keeping it real here. What I love about you guys is that there is no ego in the chat. If you go to the chat here, yeah, there are a couple guys here and there, but in general, there is just no ego here. There's literally no ego, no guys that are trying to be better than others, that are trying to be cool. Bro, we're all here to learn, we're all here to get better. We're all dealing with a crazy market. And we're having a good time together, right? We're listening to some music, we're looking at the order flow, we're looking at gold, we're looking at the scenarios here. And this is not a one-day streak. It's a consistent 5-day a week right now for you stream during the New York Open, right? So you can count on me right now. You can count on me. So if you're serious about learning and you're consistent with it, I truly believe that you will gain knowledge. And I think that where most people pay, a lot of money for in terms of courses, videos, which I think you don't really learn from a course, to be honest. You learn from real-time application. The only way I would teach people, let's say a small group of people personally, okay? It will be live. It will be only live. That's it. Live or, one-on-one, live, whatever the case may be. Maybe 10 people live, but nothing pre-recorded. It's not my style, man. I don't like it. I've tried it. It's just not as genuine. It's very forced. There's nothing better than live education, in my opinion. Yeah, so what did we see from the volume profile today? The volume profile actually showed us the retest, which is very good. The pony control held from yesterday. That was the bottom. At least from the New York session. At least the London session, the pre-New York. Yeah. Selling. 50 minute. What I'm waiting for, if you guys are wondering, I'm waiting for this closure because this will give me an understanding of the next hours. Also the day. Like what is the level I'm going to look for tomorrow? What is the Asia session going to be like? What kind of levels will I be looking for during the Asia session, for example? I definitely have a couple things in mind here, but it's very important that we close this strong. Number one, I think the 4600 will be a major level already. Okay, the 4605 to be exact. The 4605. Okay, if we can close this 4-hour candle in 1 hour and 10 minutes, the 4605 will be support, which is roughly speaking back here again. Okay, it will actually be right around there. It could be that we'll make the pullback there. We'll find that support there. We might swipe the lows quickly. So we take out the lows, but we close above the level. And we actually find support and continue to go higher. Okay? So the 4605, I already want to mark you out. I'll mark out the level, the 4605 for later. Because I can already kind of see that happening right now. But it depends on where we close. It really depends on where we close in 1 hour from now. But already in 20 minutes, or we will figure out exactly what will happen here. So 10 minutes. Because we're now dropping. Waywander, it was great hanging with you guys. Down for today, nice. Amazing, my friend. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Yeah, when I say the 4605, I mean on futures, okay? On futures. If it's a gold spot, it's probably... I need to see what the level is on gold spot. But I think it's actually a bit lower on gold spot. Yeah, for sure lower. The 4567. 65. The 4570. The 4570, sorry. Okay, there's roughly like a 35-point difference right now in between gold spot and gold futures at the moment. Yeah, the 4570. What do you think will happen with the very high? Yo, that's a lot of spamming, my G. Sorry for that. I can't answer your question there, man. 1 hour, closure in 9 minutes. This will determine, in my opinion, if we're going to see the larger pullback or not. How does this work? This is gold in the hourly time frame. This candle is going to close in 9 minutes. That's what we're waiting for. If this candle closes below the 4635, we'll find a melee resistance here, okay, which in my opinion is the catalyst for the push down towards towards some lower targets right now. Okay, the euro also is still holding up really well. That's the good part. But gold on the hourly time frame looks weaker. The dollar on the hourly time frame is also bouncing or finding support here. So if we go to the hourly on gold, let's clean it all up. Okay, we close below the 4635, which is right here. Then I think the pullback is inevitable here for, at least towards the 17, which is roughly speaking around there. So yeah. Step by step, but of course sellers will take control then, okay? And the hourly closure is always an important closure that you cannot neglect. So yeah, that resistance has been real, that's for sure. Why don't you trade Forex? I actually do as well. But if you're talking about core currencies, yeah, I don't trade much currencies lately. Not as much as before. I decided to really master one instrument right now. And that is gold. I'm still doing all the analysis on a lot of currencies. I know that the Australian dollar is very weak, for example, or weaker in contra aspect. So I still do my work. I put in the grind, but trading-wise, I focus on gold right now, mainly. Lorenzo, I want your book. Tomorrow you're gonna get a new link, a fresh link. Okay? And you will be able to download the book right there for free. Cool, 6 minutes. This is the closure. And then I can do the full analysis for you guys. Breakdown of what I'm looking for the ASIS session tomorrow morning. For me, it's morning. And then we have what we want here. By the way, I got a lot of requests. Thank you for that, by the way. I got a lot of messages in my Instagram, G's. Thank you for this. In regards to clipping, okay? In regards to clipping, if you are a clipper or you know clippers or you know people that have been clipping or whatever, right? Turning the streams into short-term clips as well as, by the way, a video, okay? Because I think out of every video, you can kind of create a summary and turn it and post that. So for example, if I'm in trades or if I take trades or whatever the case may be, right? I could post it again on my channel after for the people who are not able to watch the stream full time, right? So a lot of messages came in. I really appreciate this. So I'm going through that. Just so you know, I'm going through these messages right now. And yeah, in case you're still interested, then you can always message me on Instagram right here, okay? Lorenzo Corrado FX. Message me, go through it. Lorenzo Corrado FX. And then you can reach out to me, yeah? Thank you. Boom, selling. 4 minutes for that closure. It's super important that if you want gold to continue to go higher, it needs to close above the 47. It doesn't have to close bullish, it has to just close above the 47, but right now it looks like we are going to close below this. Okay, so the larger pullback could happen soon. So let's clean this shit up a bit. I'm having my eyes on the 6,500, the 4,600 on futures right here, the 4570 on spot. We're gonna see the dump soon. Look at that. Large seller came in here. Look at that, 311 contracts short now. $311 contracts short. Yeah, most likely we're going to close below this in 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes left. I mean, anything can happen in 3 minutes. We know this right here. Stefani says, hello, good morning from Florida. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, okay. We're waiting 2 minutes left for this closure, and then I know what to look for. If this pullback is there, we'll most likely close and we'll start dropping a little bit here. The euro as well. The euro, look at that, right? You see a lot of buying now on the euro, and we're reversing here. Okay, look at this. The euro is definitely reversing as well here. So it's not just the dollar or gold, it's also the euro. This means only one thing, guys. I don't even have to look at it right now. The dollar is pushing higher. Boom. Yes. 5 minutes, boom. Dollar is pushing higher. So this definitely sets the tone here. Look at all that buying on the euro on the 15-minute time frame. This is the euro USD. If the euro goes up, the dollar goes down. There's a very strong correlation negatively. Look at all that buying here. What is the candle doing? The candle does not care to all that buying here. Okay? This is not looking really strong. This is one of these reversal signals that you see happen a lot. This means that gold indeed is also clearly slowing down right now. We have the hourly closure in around 1 minute. And then we'll maybe pull back into the 35s. And then we'll find the real resistance here. So, yeah. Super important moment for gold, actually. I still believe that this will be major support here. Okay? This will be major support for gold here. It might take out the lows like I said before. But this will be a major support zone. A major level to watch. The 4570 on spot. And the 4600 on futures. Really watching this level closely. All right, 27 seconds, and then we'll most likely close below as far as what we're seeing right now. And we have our new box right now there. The dollar is pushing back after that large drop today. Okay, there we go. Closure. Okay. Now let me show you what I mean. All right, this is maybe a really nice, interesting viewpoint. There we go. We'll most likely tap into this right now. The 35, 36. And if we then flip bearish, I would not be surprised. I think shorting for me is a bit more on the riskier side, but it's just something to think about. Look at that. We're going to tap into this right now. Okay, let's see how price reacts around here, roughly speaking. Maybe a little bit deeper, but around here. Okay, we open up. Now you want to see, let's say, the sellers coming in, right? That's kind of the thought process. The beginning buyers come in, and then we'll find some resistance. Can you add your playlist? When I push by Ellie Brown, when gold start breaking up higher. Is that a good song? I've never heard about it. I've never heard about it. Yeah, so I'm actually really liking what I'm seeing here. If price does pull back, okay, to the 4600, I will be looking at some opportunities here, okay? Because I still think there is a chance that we might pull back here. The dollar is pushing a bit, but right now, I'm definitely liking the way I'm seeing the way it's holding up. If price comes back here, I will definitely look into some sort of reaction here, okay? This has all to do with the 4 hour, the higher time frame. This is probably most likely going to close unless we crash below right now in the next hour. We crash all the way down. But if you close above, let's say the 4610, then I think that this will be turned into some serious support for gold here, okay? So I'm going to go now with this understanding a bit to the higher time frame. Because yes, we are getting closer and closer to that major resistance, but it's still at the 4,700, okay? So we're still not there yet, right? We're still trending up higher. We are still overall building a very clean trend to the upside right now. The reason why is because you have this low, you have this high, like lower high, higher high. This is the external. Then we had this internal trend, right? And then here we had a strong break. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're like constantly creating these higher highs and higher lows right now. All right, so this is pretty much momentum trading, okay? You're now in a stage where we are looking to trade and continuing to trade the momentum towards the higher time frame resistance, which is the high of this swing. Okay, this high where we created the high, where we dropped off, we sold off here, right there, okay? And this is the high. We are now creating that series of higher highs and higher lows and a trend on the hourly towards the swing high. This will be major resistance. This is roughly speaking the 4,700, okay? Right around there. This is probably a target that we might be heading towards soon. This is something that I'm taking very, very serious right now. Can we get and trade over time towards this level? Okay, so this is what gold is doing right now at the moment here. On the spot chart, right there on the gold spot chart is actually called right there. You can actually see it as well, roughly speaking around there, okay? So it's roughly speaking around here. Starting around the 46.70, 46.65, something like that. Right now, we're creating a series of higher highs and higher lows. You can actually see this very, very clearly as well here. So for that reason, I want you to really pay attention to these pullback scenarios on gold, okay? Is everyone on the same page so far? Let me know in the chat. Type in a yes, okay? The real G's in the chat also know that these things matter, okay? The trades on stream is one thing, but doing the analysis as well for the other sessions or for the continuation after is just as important, okay? Because we have been looking at some really good setups already in the last 2 days. The 46.20 was 1-1. Okay, and then we had the 45.50, 3. We both sniped the bottoms in 2 days in a row. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you are aware of these potential bottoms as well, in case we do react from these levels again. Okay, so for that reason, we are kind of seeing that continuation happening right now. Okay, so what needs to happen right now, I think at some point, we're going to see some pullback. Okay, right now on the gold chart here, you can see that the gold is trying to push. But we don't have a bottom wick now, okay? We don't have a bottom wick on this 15-minute candle. We also don't have a bottom wick on this hourly candle. In most cases, when you see that happening, no bottom wick with a lot of selling here beforehand, it seems to be more of an inducement for buyers to step in to then rotate price down here. I would not be surprised if eventually this hourly candle would try to break and flip bearish. This is my assumption. It doesn't always happen, but this is what I think will happen. Okay. But regardless, I'm looking for a pullback scenario on gold, similar of what I looked for when I took a trade right there, right? So the 4,600 is one layer. I'm going to simply look at something like this here. Let me see if I can actually set in an entry, roughly speaking, around the 4,600 for now. Something like that. Okay. And then wait for the pullback and then see if we can trade it towards the 47. That's kind of the last squeeze, the last push that I want to see price getting to. In case price pulls back, I do see a lot of potential around this level. We might take out the lows. So if you really want to get into the bottom of the bottom, you might swipe the lows here, right? Again, it's always a probability, right? But this is something I feel very comfortable in looking for. And if you talk about stop losses, it will be considered to, for me, the 45.70, okay? 71, actually, something like that. So that is roughly speaking a 25-point move with a roughly speaking also a 100-point target. So that could be like a 1.4, a 1 to 4, at least a 1 to 3. I think a very clean 1 to 3 here, risk reward ratio if you are actually holding on to a trade like that, okay? But always think about the fact you can always look for the entries after that. We can always look for the confirmation trades as well. There are a lot of things you can do around this. But that's something I would be willing to look at right now as my next potential stop for gold. The pullback towards the 4,600 retest, and then potentially targeting the 4,670, the 4,700 as the final target. Okay, and then it's about the macro, the higher time frame, right? Are we then willing to continue to go higher, or do we have to make a larger pullback first on gold before a potential push higher again? Because of the higher time frame resistance we will be facing, okay? And that is something we cannot neglect. That's something that then needs to be broken, because we know why this is such a strong level, because this caused, or this was the last candle before that major drop off where we dropped around 12%, okay? This is where it was organized. This was the drop, the distribution before the expansion, okay? The accumulation or distribution before the expansion. So this will be major resistance, okay? I hope you can take that in consideration as well. Now on the daily, you can also see this very, very clearly. That resistance is these trapped buyers. This is a daily candle full of buyers, all trapped. This will be resistance, okay? Matter of fact, you saw it right here the other way around. A lot of sellers, what was supported. This is where we found support as well. Support, 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 okay? If this gets taken out, sky's the limit. The reversal on gold is real. We might look for the continuation here. So, for that reason, one more time, the quick pullback scenario is what I'm looking for. Like I said, I would not be surprised if right now this candle will flip bearish, okay, on the hourly, and we will come eventually towards some of these levels right now. But it all depends on how we react here. So if this is a flip, then we'll set in the bottom wick on the hourly, and hopefully it will push price further towards the downside here. Okay, the A's and sessions have been absolutely unreal. That's all I can say. The A's and sessions have been unreal here. This was a perfect bottom as well as here. The perfect bottom on the A's and session as well here. Yeah, crazy how the A's and session has been absolutely killing it. But I mean, I can't complain. Today was a great day for me in comparison to the to yesterday New York session. But yeah, beautiful day today, and I hope you you learned something today again. The reason why it's important to pay attention if you're serious about trading to the analysis here is because there are a lot more moves happening outside of the sessions lately. I'm not sure if you're noticing it, but there are definitely a lot more moves happening outside of just the New York. Okay, so if you are trading, or if you trade multiple sessions, then I highly recommend you to pay a lot of attention to these moments, because the accuracy has been pretty high. All right, I think we've been here for around 3 hours, guys. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed it today. Let me know if you liked the stream. If you guys are really liking the stream so far, then liking this channel would be highly appreciated. Or this video, this would help the channel grow tremendously. Okay, we are definitely pushing again, guys. I appreciate you all. We reached the 116. I didn't even notice it. All right, so thank you for that. And my goal is to be here every day. So we're gonna go through all the market conditions together, man. The ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the bullish, the bearish, the manipulation. You name it. Okay? Tomorrow you can download the book again. All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Tomorrow you can download this book again. I have the website live again. This will be a free book. You can download the ebook version. Okay, so it's gonna be live again tomorrow. The website is offline right now. Pretty much all the freaking data is in there. I read it, 300 pages. With examples, you name it, trades, everything. Literally. All right, so I'm looking forward to give you the opportunity to download this so you can actually read through it. So you learn about what I do outside of the streams. In the weekends, for example, when the market is closed. And then when you get back to the streams, you completely understand what I do. You completely understand it, okay? And then we can go live and watch the order flow together throughout the session, so you can actually learn about the interaction between buyers and sellers as well. And I hope that way you turn into a better trader. I don't care what strategy you trade. I don't care if you are a swing trader, a scalper, a day trader. I think that we can all find common ground here on the streams regardless. And yeah, showing the real shit. All right? We're going to close it for today here. And let's see here. I'm gonna read to all the chat later on, and then we'll make sure that you guys are ready to rock and roll. Okay. Much love, G's. I appreciate you today. Good job for everyone who paid attention to the streams. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. What a mark. What a mark. Yes. Peace. Much love, guys.
One more time, I need you. One more time, I need you. One more time, I need you. One more time, one more time, one more time, I need you. One more time, one more time, one more time, I need you. One more time, one more time, one more time, I need you. One more time, one more time, one more time, I need you. One more time, one more time, one more time.
Peace. See you tomorrow, baby. 8 a.m. EST. Gonna be a good session again. Good night.